Meeting of the Garfield Mayor and Council for June 23rd, 2026 to order at 6:12 PM on roll call. Council members Rigoloso.
Here.
Delaney.
Yep, here.
Deputy Mayor Kane.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Mayor Advisor Raymond. Mayor Garnto.
Here.
We have a quorum. Whereas Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of the State of New Jersey requires at the commencement of every meeting, a statement of compliance be read by the presiding officer. Now therefore be advised that the meeting requirements for this meeting have been met by publishing an annual meeting notice in the Record and Herald News and by posting such notice in the office of the city clerk and within a public place within the municipal building and by notifying interested citizens. Said notice was posted on January 2nd, 2026 and published on January 7th, 2026. This notice can also be found on our website. At this time, if we can please stand for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You can please remain standing as I'd like to call upon Pastor John to come up to the dais for a prayer.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we come before you today with grateful hearts, thanking you for the privilege of gathering to serve our community. We ask for your wisdom, your guidance, and discernment to be present in this room. As our city council members, our mayor, and leadership deliberate on agenda before them, grant them the clarity to make sound, fair decisions that uplift every resident and benefit our city as a whole.
Community of Bloomingdale. And whereas while walking with his wife and caring for a friend's child, Officer Kopaz observed smoke coming from a nearby residence and learned that two family dogs remained trapped inside the burning home with no residents present. And whereas without hesitation, Garfield, that they hereby recognize and honor Police Officer Joseph Kopaz for his extraordinary courage, quick thinking, and selfless actions in the saving of two animals and for his continued commitment to protecting and serving the community. And be it further resolved that the mayor and council extend
The rescue on Route 46, I think it was. And I believe I was the mayor there, but I'm not sure. But I know I was at that dinner, and you're representing Garfield, you and your brother. And I remember feeling so proud, you know, being there, sitting at the table with you and your family. And I remember your brother Nick taking me to the side.
Proud. Thank you so much.
Wow, it's
Mayor Garnto.
it sucks speaking last because everything's said. But listen, I'll just start off with, it doesn't surprise me. Just as the Deputy Mayor Tanner said,
Oh, look as well.
Should have taken my safety pin.
everybody come up.
Right now? Residents of all ages to learn about the importance of trees and environmental conservation. And whereas his love of nature extends far beyond his own backyard, guiding his travels to arboretoriums, botanical gardens, forests, and natural areas throughout the country, including visits to Northern California's majestic redwood forests and other locations where he continues to expand his understanding of regional trees and native plants. And whereas John cultivates hundreds of trees from seed at his home, and generously shares them with neighbors, friends, and community members, helping to increase the tree canopy and beautify the environment throughout the region. And whereas his dedication and enthusiasm have earned him the affectionate nickname Tree Man, a title that reflects his unwavering commitment to trees, conservation, and environmental education. And whereas through volunteer efforts and community engagement, John has promoted tree planting and environmental awareness, demonstrating his belief that even small actions today can help create a healthier, greener future for generations to come. And whereas John's commitment to conservation serves as an inspiration to others, reminding us all that one person can make a meaningful difference through service, education, and care for the environment. Now therefore be it resolved that the Mayor and Council of the City of Garfield do hereby recognize and honor John Treeman Geyer for his outstanding dedication to environmental stewardship, community service, and the promotion of tree planting and conservation, and extend sincere appreciation for his efforts to make Garfield and the world a little greener for future generations. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion. Well, you know what, Deputy Mayor, why don't you make the motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion by Deputy Mayor Kane, seconded by Mayor Garto. On roll call, council members Rigoso.
Yeah, before I vote, this is a nice honor, this is a great honor, and I'd like to just make a recommendation to the mayor and council. Maybe we plant a tree.
John, I think it was like, what, 2 years ago when you first messaged me? So, really quick history. Did you have Tree Man as a nickname before that?
No.
Okay, so here's the thing, yeah. Every time I talked about him, I forgot what the hell his name was every time. So I'm like, I don't know, the tree guy, like the guy that likes trees and all that stuff. So I think it's just part of Garfield. And sooner than later, you're going to have a title somewhere. So you need to be the official tree man of Garfield. We just didn't get there yet. But congratulations, and keep up the great work.
Say aye.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Raymond.
John, no matter what they call you, we appreciate.
Again, I want to give you a round of applause for getting that done. I gave you another title, a second title. Not only the tree man, you remember what I called you there? The tree doctor, because this gentleman knew more than these tree experts. He was literally schooling them when they were doing the presentation on how to do this and this. Well, no, you got to. So you're not only the tree man, you're the tree man / tree doctor. I vote aye, yes.
Motion carries. At this,
I do want to add, too, Mr. Riggs's suggestion was outrageous. I like it, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen in your honor.
at this time, John Treeman, can you please step forward and accept a tree doctor, tree guy, to accept a plaque from Mayor Garfield.
You had an epidural? You shouldn't be getting up and down.
I know. Bye.
Thank you for joining us.
Take care, everyone, and congratulations, gentlemen, and your families. And our police officers, thank you for attending.
Thank you, Chiefy.
Chief, Deputy Chief, go take care of business now, Chief.
Okay, next we have,
Yeah,
Sure.
With who?
up here with the police.
With who?
You got a toothache, Rich? Go see your cousin, your brother.
okay, moving on to ordinances being read on first reading, resolution R-303.
And we don't have to.
Yeah, correct.
You know.
I just think that some
Yeah.
instances and other reasons, we do need to increase the sergeants. So that is what this ordinance
What's the
is
total
for.
number of our department now?
Well, so the whole list of officers is up to 60, but then sergeants is 15, lieutenants 8, captains 5, deputy chief 1, and chief 1. So that's 75, 80, 88, 90.
90. Okay,
Capacity.
good.
Are we at 90? I don't know.
But we're not at that. No.
We're not at that.
No. I think we're in the high 70s.
Yes.
Okay,
If
the
that-
town decides we could really use it, okay.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
And I'll second it.
Motion by Mayor Garnto, seconded by Deputy Mayor Raymond. On roll call, council members Rigoloso. Aye. Delaney.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Kane.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Raymond.
Yes.
Mayor Garnto.
Aye.
Motion carries. Resolution R-304-26, introduced ordinance 3158 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled Bond Ordinance to authorize the rehabilitation or replacement of water mains and lines at various locations in, by, and for the water utility of the city of Garfield, county of Bergen, state of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $250,000, to pay the cost thereof, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds, be passed and adopted on first reading, and be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard at a meeting held on July 9, 2026 at 1 p.m. or soon thereafter, same can be heard, at which time any persons interested in said ordinance can be heard, and be it further resolved that the city clerk be and she is hereby authorized to advertise on the city's website a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law for members of the public and the mayor and council. As discussed at our previous work session meeting, it was recommended that we have a bond ordinance for water emergencies such as large water main breaks. We recently had one, I believe it was on Clark Street, and sometimes they're a lot more serious. Some instances are a lot more serious than others, and it's hard for us to anticipate the amounts and frequency, so that is why it was recommended to do this bond.
Motion.
A second.
Motion by Delaney, seconded by Rigoloso. On roll call, Councilmember Rigoloso.
Aye.
Delaney.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Kane.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Raymond.
Yes.
Mayor Garnto.
Aye.
Motion carries. Resolution R-305-26, we're now proceeding with ordinances being read on second reading. Ordinance 3152, whereas a public notice has been given by the city clerk that an ordinance entitled Capital Ordinance to appropriate a sum of $30,000 for the difference in price of the EV charging station and the CEPI grant appropriation by and for the city of Garfield, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to be funded by the general capital reserves, was introduced and passed at a meeting held on June 9, 2026, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting, whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of the city of Garfield that said ordinance pass on final reading.
Okay, at this time, I'm going to open up to the public for any comments or concerns for this ordinance and this ordinance only, 3152. If you have any comments or concerns, step up to the mic, state your name and address, and do so. Seeing no one is coming up, I'm going to close that portion of the meeting down for public comments and turn the meeting back over to our city manager, Ms. Delaney.
Thank you, Mayor. Is there a motion on the ordinance?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Mayor Garnto, seconded by Deputy Mayor Kane. On roll call, Councilmembers Rigoloso.
Aye.
Delaney.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Kane.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Raymond.
Yes.
Mayor Garnto.
Aye.
Motion carries. I'm sorry, it didn't explain to the public. This is just a capital ordinance, which means we have the money in our reserves. We received a grant to cover the majority of the purchase and install of 2 EV charging stations. The only portion that the grant didn't cover was $30,000. It was well over $200,000. The grant, but the city will also be applying and is eligible for a PSE&G credit and one-time incentive of $50,000. So, we will be utilizing that as well. Resolution R-306-26, introduced ordinance 3153 on second reading. Whereas a public notice has been given by the city clerk that an ordinance entitled an ordinance to amend chapter 226 streets and sidewalks, article 6, resident parking program of the city code of the city of Garfield was introduced and passed at a meeting held on June 9, 2026, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting, and whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same, now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of the city of Garfield that said ordinance pass on final reading for members of the public and the mayor and council. This ordinance addresses our resident parking program. For most residents, the renewal season would be next year. You still need to renew your parking passes, but there will no longer be that $10 fee. There are some other changes here as far as the visitor permits, the daily overnight visitor permits. And I do want to make it clear, I know there was a question from the governing body, the lead inspection is still tied into the parking program. However, it was made very clear by that department that a resident will not be denied because they don't have that. It will just flag them in the system so that they can follow up if it's the landlord, if that person is a tenant, but they will not be denied for that reason. It just, adds a checks and balances for fire prevention because we still have not reached the requirement for the lead paint inspections. So that's just a little bit about this ordinance.
Okay, thank you, Ms. City Manager, for explaining. At this time, I'm going to open it up to the public for any comments or concerns. If you have any comments or concerns for this ordinance only, 3153, step up to the mic, state your name and address, and do so.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
Let me just turn this around.
Yes, good evening, everybody. My name is Yaroslav Kok. I'm a new homeowner of the address 93 Prospect Street, Unit 4, Garfield. And why am I here today? Because we do have a problem because we moved in we bought the townhouse recently, and it's 4 of us, 4 members. And our parent, at the property, we have only 2 parking spaces on the driveway. So everyone, member of the family has a vehicle, and 2 more cars we need to leave somewhere. And because of that restriction order that was placed in January 2020, we're not allowed to park any cars because it's a townhouse unit.
Oh.
Because of that, I've been told that the overnight parking department that I should come here today and talk to you guys about it because we cannot get the parking permit.
I missed the reason why.
Well, because of, we passed the ordinance with the multiple dwelling that they cannot
And
get
they
parking.
got a townhouse, he's allowed 2 spots.
And there's 4 drivers in the town.
there's 4 drivers, 2 spots, and they got 2 cars that they can't park on the street.
I mean, it doesn't have to do with this ordinance.
No.
I'll tell you, no, so.
Yeah, it's what you're speaking about has nothing to do with this ordinance per se. It's something else.
I mean,
But,
it kind of could fall under the realm of this.
Yeah, because we're changing,
Yeah.
well, I mean, what we're changing, no fee, but he's not
And
paying a
also,
fee.
aren't we
I
changing
mean,
the number?
you're gonna make-
I didn't know if the
Back up.
multiple dwelling ordinance was in fact with condos or
It's with
townhouses.
our overnight parking program. It's
Yeah,
this,
but I'm
so it
saying-
falls under this same chapter.
I'm saying, when we did multiple dwelling, I thought it was basically for apartment buildings, not for condos and townhouses.
It's any units 5 or more.
How many units in your?
There is 6 units.
Yeah.
And
So
only
he falls-
first and the 6th one, they do have 4 parking spaces, 4 cars, but
Okay.
the rest of them, they have only 2.
And you own your property, right? the
Yes.
piece?
Well, my wife, she's the owner.
Okay.
And your property is a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom?
It's a 3-bedroom.
3-bedroom.
Even those spots are not that big, because if I would like to change the car for a minivan, then 2 cars not gonna fit on it.
What did
And I will-
What did you say the address was?
93.
93 Prospect
Right
Street.
by,
Yeah, I know
Jimmy
where,
Mazur's.
I know where it is.
Can
Yeah.
you spell, I'm sorry, I was up there. I just need it for the record. Your first and last name?
Yes, I as iPhone, A as Apple, R as Robert, O, S as a Sam, L as Larry, A as Apple, V as Victor,
That's all.
last name K, O, K.
Built for
Cool. Cool.
townhouses on that
Cool.
property.
Thank you. I mean, that's what your ordinance says. So parking department, they're doing the job and what the law is as written. So if you guys, you would need to amend the ordinance to help this gentleman.
Okay. So the question would be, maybe council can help us with this answer, is can it be amended on a case-by-case basis? As in the case of a gentleman up here that it's a 3-bedroom condo and there are 4 legal drivers in the condo and they all have cars. Can it be amended on a case-by-case basis, but they gotta actually prove that?
You could build into your ordinance a mechanism by request of the city manager for presentation, and that would be the mechanism. And there'd be conditions as to how the city manager, saying, okay, in this circumstance, this or.
I want
Mr. Koch, I'm sorry. Did you say that it's you, your wife, and her?
Her parents.
Her parents?
Yes.
Okay.
What about the landlord? Is there room there
no, he
for
owns it.
more?
He owns
We,
it.
They
we,
own
we
it.
own it.
Oh, he owns
We purchased it not a long time ago.
A long time ago?
Not a long time ago.
So
In
council,
March,
when you amend something
the end
like
of
that,
March.
obviously we'll take, I mean, I'm in favor for amending it on a case-by-case basis. So that-
You can do that amendment for intro at July 9th and then adopt on the 21st, but they would be in this predicament until, say July 22nd.
But at least
can't
he'd
they
have
apply
relief
for-
then.
Can't they apply for,
And
yes?
visitor parking.
Yeah,
What about
yes.
visitor parking? Could apply for visitor parking till then?
What they gotta
And
do?
it's that
But you got,
address,
but there's a cost to that.
and that address is
And
not
that
even
shouldn't be.
eligible for, to pay for the overnight park.
What?
That's
Oh,
right,
yeah,
that's right,
actually,
it's not, yeah, it's in the system,
That was
yeah.
the whole point of it,
Yeah.
because of, yeah.
You know what, Mr. Koch, we're gonna have to look into this, and we promise we'll get back to you.
What is he
Maybe-
supposed to do in the meantime?
Yeah, maybe we
I
can,
mean, that's how the ordinance reads. I mean, that's,
how long have you been here, at this, address?
Well, I live in Garfield for over 10 years.
This particular
But
address?
this address since March 18.
so I guess.
March 18.
Yeah, I mean,
moved in.
why
thing
would,
is-
why didn't you come forward sooner?
Her parents, they moved to us later on because they also lived in Garfield and they still
okay.
have, like on the old address, nobody moved in yet there, and they still like counting on the old address. That's the only thing that we tickets, I'll be honest with you.
Could they
so
park
you're not
there?
getting tickets
For,
now?
for now on, no.
Okay, so then-
As long
So
as
if-
nobody moved into the old address, their old
Let
address.
us-
Right, so we can make an amendment, for our upcoming meeting where, like, I have the discretion on a case-by-case basis like this. So I could make that note.
What should I do at this point?
Just let them keep
Manager will
parking.
reach out to you. Give her your number, and she'll reach out, or somebody in her office will reach out to you.
And let your wife's parents keep parking where they're parking.
Yes, okay.
This will take a
I'm
few
gonna give
weeks.
you my email. Can you email me your, just your name, address?
It's on the city.
I'm gonna write it. Yeah, that's
Oh, you're
fine.
gonna write?
It's also on our website if you can't read my handwriting. But, yeah, so once the ordinance is adopted, then I'll reach out.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
John Geyer. Quick thing, my mother-in-law came down here with the, trying to get parking
Sorry, what's
permits.
your address?
254 Gaston Avenue.
Okay.
So she had come down here. We had gotten the lead inspections, just for the purpose of the parking, to upstairs and downstairs or whatever have you. And she came here to get the parking permits. And they said that our house doesn't fall underneath that status. What is the status for, what are the requirements that you need for the parking permits with the lead, as far as that goes? What's the year, what's the, and,
Offhand, I don't know exactly, but
I don't know, but basically, don't they go in and see if in fact it qualifies for the inspection? The idea is the inspection is,
it's if the home was, built like after, before a certain date, is X amount of years old, if you just, I don't want to give you any wrong information.
okay.
But yeah, there's certain things, so if you have a newer home,
Okay.
that would likely, make you not qualify.
Okay.
It's also, more strict for landlords that are, not owner occupied homes.
Okay.
Absentee.
Yeah, like so
Okay.
Yeah.
absentee landlords, but I don't know it's all state guidelines,
Okay.
so.
Are you saying that you got it, but you didn't need it?
That's what what they're saying. We got it, but they're saying we
Yeah,
didn't
it's,
need
it's a
it.
certain year cutoff, and then owner-occupied units don't have to get it
The
either.
boss
so
is
it's just
coming up.
tenants.
She's gonna correct it.
Better. Hi. Renee. So my son and girlfriend are moving.
Could you just state your name,
Oh,
please?
Renata Yusha, sorry.
Thank you.
So my son and his girlfriend are moving into the downstairs basement apartment. Our tenant's moving out, so he's going to need two parking permits. So I had my mom go down. We did the lead thing because we were told we needed it done. family dwelling, and she doesn't live there. We live there in two other families. So we had the lead thing done 2-3 years ago, but she can't find the paper. When she brought it to the, I guess, the fire section or whatever, here, the other, by the park there, they said, oh, we'll take it, but we don't know what to do with this. So of course now, I don't know if she doesn't remember if she made a copy of it or whatever, so she came down, helping, her grandson out, obviously, and they said, oh, your house doesn't, she came to the computer, and they said, our house doesn't need it. Obviously, I can't remember 2-3 years ago they did it, when the upstairs tenants, they said, I don't remember who told, we got a letter, they said we did need it.
So
Now
you
there's-
might have needed it at that time, but
Okay.
it's good for a certain
Well, it is like
period.
2 or 3 years, but yeah, we wanted to clarify that, which
Yeah.
copy, so who would actually have that copy of it?
Didn't you get a copy?
Was it done
Yeah, she
by the
can't find
city, or
Find
was
it.
it done
No,
by?
an outside contractor. Yeah, and he filled out all the forms. We have the sheet with all the pictures, but not like the stamped one. I remember there being a stamped one with the date on it.
Do you have the name of the company that
Yes,
did it? Well, then
yes.
call
Yeah,
them.
we're gonna
Call them and they'll give you a copy, because
Yeah,
I
was
had
just
it
wondering,
done.
if so it shouldn't be a problem getting my son a parking.
If they said you don't need
No.
it, don't,
So we
yeah,
don't need it
don't
now.
ask too many questions.
I know.
What are you doing up here? Go sit back down.
Because I don't want to run into my mom. Don't ask me, it's my mom. She's like freaking me out.
Yeah, they usually mark it in the computer of when it expires, and then it'll flag you, and then you might have to get another one. But
Okay.
but to redo it is cheaper than getting the initial one.
Yeah, yeah.
So like the renewals each time.
I'm just
So
hoping it's on record, like, she didn't say they had it on record.
Who told you that you didn't need to get it done? Now, did they give you a reason why?
No. Oh, your house doesn't.
well, here's the thing.
Did you renovate it at all during? Okay.
So here's the thing too, if, as the city manager stated, it's not gonna hold you back from getting a parking permit, so
Yeah.
when he does go to get it, they might tell you you have to get it done, but he's still gonna get the permit anyway.
Okay, because from what I understood, every time a new tenant moves in, you have to have it redone, whether it's expired or not, from what I remembered.
Oh,
That's what.
Oh, no, if you have a tenant there and they move out, even if you had it done a year, you got to redo it
You do?
when the new
Yeah.
tenant comes in, yes?
That was basically
I
like.
didn't know.
Why don't you just apply, and then it's not gonna hold them back from getting the permit, but they'll
Okay.
let you know. You know, don't ask too many questions. We don't like that one anyway. We don't like the lead paint thing.
We voted on it, right?
What?
We voted on it.
yeah.
No, we're
Good
still
evening.
on it right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right.
Good evening, Arlene Pizzeri, 184 Midland Avenue, Garfield. Just a question about the parking. Ordinance came out in 2023. Wouldn't they be grandfathered from 2018?
The ordinance was when I was on the council, so it would have been in 2020 or 2021.
Yeah, but if they bought that unit was built and bought in 2018,
Doesn't matter.
wouldn't they have been grandfathered then?
Yes, if it was built in 2018.
You-
No, they bought it
they
this
didn't.
year.
No, they just bought it.
but
This-
is that-
I don't think, it's not grandfathered in.
Just check the time it was
Yeah,
built.
but even if, what Ms. Pateri's saying, if an ordinance passed, whoever passed it, it goes, there's no grandfathering, and if
Yes,
three
there
families.
Yeah,
is.
Is there?
parking would have
Yeah,
to be
because there were some
grandfathered.
buildings that were, yeah.
So moving forward, then it was.
It was
Okay.
from that time moving forward, any buildings, new units, but we did, like, there was a property that was going to be built, like, that one got included, even though, like, it was already approved, but,
Okay.
yeah, all the.
I think that buildings were built after 2018. Yeah, I'm pretty
But they
sure.
were
they
like
were-
20, we were talking
2021 it was built.
2021, so that was before the,
I became city manager in July 2021. I was the one that introduced this ordinance.
just before you,
so
had that ordinance, and that went,
I will double check, but I'm pretty sure.
but like, just in case, but anybody before that would be grandfathered then. Thank you.
Any other comments or concerns from the public? If not, I'm going to close this portion down and turn the meeting back over to our city manager.
Thank you, Mayor. Is there a motion?
Motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Delaney, seconded by Deputy Mayor Raymond. On roll call, Councilmembers Rigoso. Aye. Delaney.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Kane.
Yeah, I just want to say first that, we've been hearing it for the last year or two. We needed to wait for the cycle to finish, but we do want to let the people out there know that we did hear you. There's no more paying for the parking permit, but you still have to register for the parking permit. You just don't have to pay the $10 for it. So yes, aye.
Deputy Mayor Raymond?
Yes.
And Mayor Garnto.
Before I vote, I just want to reiterate what Deputy Mayor Kane stated, that we do listen to the people out there and their concerns. The $10 fee, as he just stated, it's eliminated, and it was stated when Mr. Laney explained this ordinance. That's a good thing. I'm going to vote yes, but as soon as one of these people are denied a parking permit because of the lead paint inspection, I'm going to vote to amend this, because, you know, we've been doing this for 18 months. We never wanted it to be tied to the paint, the paint inspection. And some of these residents, they're held hostage by these absentee landlords, and it's not fair to them. So I'm going to vote yes, but as soon as anybody is denied, I'm going to make a motion to
But
rescind this.
Aaron, didn't you say that they can't be denied for the lead inspection? Okay.
I'm not doubting Mr. Laney, but sometimes...
That's what was relayed to me, that they are not.
Okay.
Aye. I vote
Okay,
aye.
motion carries. I just confirmed, it's for construction after January 1, 2020 on our ordinances. Okay, Resolution R-307-26, introduced ordinance 3154 on second reading, whereas a public notice has been given by the city clerk that an ordinance entitled Capital Ordinance to appropriate a sum of $25,000 for firehouse improvements and equipment buying for the city of Garfield, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to be funded by the General Capital Reserves, was introduced and passed at a meeting held on June 9, 2026, and that further consideration of this ordinance will be taken up at this meeting, whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of the city of Garfield that said ordinance pass on final reading. For members of the public and mayor and council, again, this is money within our reserves that's needed for some firehouse improvements, mainly for us to be in compliance with the fire prevention laws, with suppression systems that need to be installed.
Okay, at this time, I'm going to open up to the public for any comments or concerns for this ordinance. This ordinance only 3154. Anyone from the public have any comments or concerns, please step up to the mic, state your name and address, and do so. Okay, I see no public comments or concerns, so I'm going to close that portion of the meeting down and hand the meeting back over to our lovely city manager, Mr. Lady.
Thank you, Mayor. Is there a motion on the ordinance?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
I have a motion by Mayor Garnto, seconded by Deputy Mayor Kane. On roll call, Councilmembers Vergaloso.
Aye.
Delaney.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Kane.
Absolutely.
Deputy Mayor Raymond.
Yes.
Mayor Garnto.
Yes. Aye.
Motion carries. R-308-26, introduced ordinance 3155 on second reading, whereas the public notice has been given by the city clerk that an ordinance entitled Bonds Ordinance to authorize the undertaking of the 20th Century Field Improvement Project in by for City of Garfield, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $700,000 to make a cost thereof, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds, was introduced and passed at a meeting held on June 9, 2026, and that further consideration of this ordinance will be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same, now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of the city of Garfield that said ordinance pass on final reading. Members of the public and the mayor and council, this bond ordinance coincides with a grant that the city received from the Bergen County Open Space Trust Fund to make improvements at 20th Century Field, primarily focused around the Babe Ruth League baseball fields.
Okay, at this time, I'm going to open up to the public for any comments or concerns. This ordinance only 3155. If you have any public comments or concerns, step up to the mic, state your name and address, and do so. Seeing no public comments or concerns coming forward, I'm going to close that portion of the meeting down and hand it back over to our city manager, Ms. Erin Delaney.
Thank you, Mayor. Is there a motion on the ordinance?
Motion.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Delaney, seconded by Deputy Mayor Raymond. On roll call, Councilmembers Vergaloso.
Aye.
Delaney.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Kane.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Raymond.
Yes.
Mayor Garnto.
Before I vote aye, I just want to ask one question. I think I received an email, whether I requested it or you just sent it, I forgot, where it's basically line item.
Yeah.
Is there anything that the public can see what this $700,000 can and will be being used for, other than 700,000 for
I mean,
20th
I can
century?
quickly pull it up if you'd like.
No, I'm just saying online. I don't.
It's not, no, it's not posted anywhere.
Because I don't know about anybody else up here. I do get a lot of emails and texts from residents. Okay, it's a great thing, it's good, whether it's bond, it's, a grant or whatever, but what is it actually going towards? That would be,
I'll just pull up a quick summary.
okay, if you would, thank
Yeah,
you.
it's, so, and this is required by the state, but there is always going to be soil erosion and sediment control guidelines that we have to follow, so that is 6,500. Clearing the site and demolition is 28,000. But the bigger ticket items are the protective netting, the baseball backstop, dugout area, team benches, portable outfield fencing, and then, there's clay mix, topsoil, grass sod, things like that. And then new chain link fences.
Okay. Now, I know we spoke about it in our work session, and I expressed that I don't think the $700,000 is needed to fix that particular field, though be it that field definitely needs to be remedied. My question at that time to you, and you said, I'm sure we could because it's within the same compounds, if we needed a new backstop or fencing in another part of that park, can we use it to replace?
So I inquired with Bergen County, and I didn't think so that night, but it would require an amendment to our grant application, and this grant originated from the prior council, who already did an amendment to this grant. The application was initially for something else, and they changed it already to the Babe Ruth field, and the grant the grant contract ends this year. So there's just simply not enough time to change the grant agreement. So you can scale it back if you'd like, looking at some of the items I read, you can scale it back, but it can't be, there's not enough time to switch the
So
grant
we
around,
couldn't use any of the monies at any other field or backstop or anything else?
as far as I understood it, no.
Listen, I don't want to delay because that field definitely needs to be redone, but I'm, as I question all these
Yeah.
contractors, I don't want them thinking that they're going to come in here, whether it's a grant, a bond, or whatever, and think it's a money grab here, and they're going to do crap work, and they're going to rip us off. We got to speak about the netting too, because I think that might be an eyesore. I don't even think it's needed there. I know you had mentioned, because I questioned it, you said they're going to relocate the field. Why? I don't know.
It's just it's a walking park, similar, we were just on our tour the other day,
Yeah.
remember though,
Mhm.
that's what that would look like. For this, I don't know if you saw, but the subtotal is 529,700, but then you do a 10% contingency, you round it up kind of thing, and then you also add a little bit of cushion into the bond. But that was the total for.
And I apologize, but thank you so much for the explanation. I didn't want to catch you off guard with the questions, but we did speak about it. But I just wanted to say it out in this meeting also. But I'll vote aye because I don't want to delay that field. That field is atrocious, and it does need to be fixed. I don't think it needs $700,000 worth of work, but
So
it
we
does
could
need.
always,
Okay.
we could do, when we go out to bid, do alternate bids, see what the price is,
Okay.
and then decide to award, so.
I vote aye. Thank you, Mr. City Manager.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. R-309-26, introduce ordinance 3156 on second reading, whereas a public notice has been given by the city clerk that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance amending Part 2, General Legislation, Chapter 164, Garbage, Rubbish, and Refuse of the revised general ordinances of the city of Garfield was introduced and passed at a meeting held on June 9, 2026, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same, now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of the city of Garfield that said ordinance pass on final reading for members of the public and the mayor and council. I believe, and I'll ask Rich to chime in, that this ordinance addresses garbage pickup for commercial properties such as bars, restaurants, etc. And as far as how much garbage they can dispose of.
Yes, that's accurate. It requires that, that operators of bars, restaurants, and or taverns have to maintain private dumpsters for the disposal of any garbage, refuse, solid waste, or recyclables. That's what this principle does. It also cleans up some of the issues with regard to placement of receptacles out to be picked up.
Which they got to be covered.
Yeah, so that, it currently reads, refuse receptacles shall not be stored in front or on side of buildings or houses between collections, which this council changed a while back. And then now this new language is added, except in a fully enclosed structure.
Thank you, sir. Oh, I was actually going to question
Sorry.
something on this ordinance here before I do open it up for public comments or concerns. You know what, I'll wait. I'm going to open it up right now for any public comments or concerns. 3156, this ordinance only. If you have any comments or concerns, step up to the mic, state your name and number, and do so. Seeing no public comments coming forward, I'm going to close that portion of the meeting down and hand it meeting back over to our lovely city manager, Ms. Delaney.
Thank you, Mayor. Did you have any other questions?
Yeah, I had a before we even vote on this. This has nothing to do with the 20-yard, 30-yard dumpsters and/or dump trucks that store their garbage in the truck, does it?
Does not speak to that.
No.
All right. I know that's a different ordinance, but I want to get back and something was told to a business owner on the street that I live on that, and I'm mentioning names, that they did get rid of the 20-yard, 30-yard dumpster, which I'm very grateful for that because it was a eyesore. But now they got their trucks, or a truck right now, with garbage in it. But somebody told the owner, as long as you cover it, it's permitted. That's not correct. They're doing the same thing, but covering it. It's not a garbage collecting site. And I even went to that particular business and I said, if you live there, look at the windows there. If you live there, would you accept this? And he goes like this, well, there's no windows. I go, no windows. What do you call that? He goes, all the shades are down. I go, wow, this is what I'm dealing with here. All the shades are down. There's windows there. Had to be about 15 windows on the side of the house. It's a rather large 4 or 5 family house. But I just want to bring that up. You know, that can't be told. That's incorrect, information. You can't have a huge dump truck with garbage from sites that you go work in during the day and keep it there. And I met with the owner, and he told me, not the owner, the manager, he told me, well, by the time we get back, the facility's closed. I go, well, that's not my problem. Well, can't you help me figure it out? That's what he asked me. I go, I gave him my card. I said, listen, this dumpster's not gone. You're going to start getting summonses, and you are not allowed to put it in your dump trucks either. So,
Okay, I'll
What?
do that, Mayor.
okay.
Is there a motion?
I have one question also. So what this ordinance is saying, that any restaurant in the city of Garfield now has to have their own private dumpster? Even if the restaurant's been in the city for 100 years without a dumpster?
Right, so the ordinances don't normally grandfather, only about grandfathering with leasing or property maintenance. So you can have a business in the city of Garfield for 100 years, operating as a restaurant. A new ordinance comes into place that says, hey, dumpster, you're not grandfathered in because you were operating since.
Aren't they allowed X amount of garbage cans?
Say it again?
Aren't they allowed
Yes.
X amount of cans?
3.
So it's if
Oh,
they're,
it says in this
Joe, we
ordinance that they have to have.
Barcelona's? Yeah.
I can't vote for this ordinance.
I don't think I could either. It's Barcelona's. I mean, they've been doing it for 100 years.
Listen, I get it, but just because something's done 100 years doesn't mean it should still continue to be done. I mean,
Take a motion and vote.
Does he put out more than 3 cans?
You know what, I would just feel more comfortable if we spoke to him before. I'm just saying, I can't vote. I agree with the ordinance as is, without a doubt, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about,
That he's been there.
I'm going to be honest I don't even go up there to look at, like, I drive that area, I don't really see anything that's an eyesore, but you know how he disposes, like, what he...
Yeah, he keeps his garbage inside his business.
Yeah.
In the basement, then he puts it out on Tuesday night.
And how many
one of
cans?
the cleanest part of ours.
Well, usually, how many cans on the... No, I'm
Yeah,
just...
I have no clue. You know, but
It's not open 7 days anymore, so maybe it's less. Could we table this
You could do whatever you want.
table it
Motions.
till we get a chance to talk to him? And
Yeah.
then maybe bring it up again?
Look what we're doing right now. We're
No,
opening up a Pandora's box because, and this is taped, and I'm glad it's taped, but we're making concessions for, and again, I was there last week with my girlfriend. I love that place. But you can't say, okay, everybody but you, because you've been here 100 years, or, you know, you do put your garbage
No,
out.
but could we at least have the time to talk to him and tell him that this is what we're doing, and maybe he could find another way, just put 3 cans out every week, or, in other words, give him a little bit of notice.
There's also the second reading.
Yeah, this is the second
this
reading.
is the second reading, which means, yes, it's law after we do it.
It's 20 days after adoption,
That's for bond ordinance.
any ordinance.
It's upon publication, which it goes on our website.
Any ordinance, the reason I know this, and I didn't know it, Attorney Kawawa brought it up. When we passed that ordinance that we're litigating over, apparently there's a statutory section, I was unaware of it.
You're being too kind, Rich.
All
Is there any other
ordinances go into
business in
effect
Garfield
20
that's
days
there
after
in Garfield as long
Sit-
as he is?
Regardless of what we
I
say.
doubt.
Our council's speaking, please. Go ahead.
For purposes of issuing summonses and all that. So you'll have, again, it may not be sufficient for you, but I believe you'd have that window to tell them, but, for enforcement, but
The summons, like, ordinances as far as summonses, not just like,
oh, in other words, before they become enforceable.
okay.
And I'll double check it because you have a
But
different
not like,
understanding.
say, table of organization.
Well, I mean, I think the idea would be that the table of organization is there's no action taken. So ultimately, you know, if you have a table of organization, even if you act on it too quickly, what's the difference? Because then it becomes effective after the 20 days and you did what you wanted to do. It shouldn't. Let me send an email to you on the statutory section I became aware of in that litigation. But that could be an opportunity to tell them it may not be sufficient. They won't. You can table this, you can pass it.
Well, before we decide what we're going to do, Rich, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, what's the reasoning, the crux behind this ordinance? Like, is it, why did we even bring it back up?
Because garbage pails have been out in front of places. Garbage has been all over the place, and, you know,
Because
just-
this should have been talked about more, I guess, this wasn't brought up, back in our session. I mean,
It was, Rich.
yeah, no, I know, I'm just.
I mean, not this particular business, that
Yes,
wasn't brought up.
No, I wasn't at the previous meeting.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, because there's more than,
Whose problem was that, pal?
there's more than one establishment.
I know, but I don't think there's any other establishment in Garfield as long as that one.
Yeah, I understand that, it doesn't matter if you've been here 1 year or 100 years. You can't just,
But no, at least to give him warning.
All right, listen, I'm gonna end this quick. I'm gonna make if everybody's for it, you wanna make a motion to table this and discuss this?
I would, yeah.
All right, I'll make a motion to
And I'll
table it.
second it.
Okay, I have a motion to table by
To the next
Mayor
one.
Garnto, seconded by Deputy Mayor Raymond. All in favor?
Yes.
Okay, the ordinance has been tabled. Okay, moving on, with our agenda. Next, we have the 2026 municipal budget public hearing. At this time, Mayor, although we do have to, as directed by the state, introduce an amendment to the 2026 municipal budget, we do need to open up for a public hearing on the introduced budget from May 19th, 2026 at this time.
For comments or concerns? Okay, at this time, I'm going to open up to the public for any public comments or concerns for the municipal budget public hearing for the 2026 municipal budget. Anyone have any public comments or concerns, do so. Come up to the mic, state your name and number and your concerns. Seeing no public comments or concerns coming forward, I'm going to close this portion of the meeting down and hand this meeting back over to our city manager, Mr. Laney.
There was no public comment?
No,
Sorry.
no
Okay.
public.
All right, then next we have a sole resolution, Resolution R-310-26, which is introducing amendments to the 2026 municipal budget. Whereas the local municipal budget and water utility budget for the year 2026 was approved on the 19th day of May 2026, and whereas the public hearing has been held as advertised on June 23rd, 2026, and whereas it is the desire to amend said introduced budget, now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the City of Garfield, County of Bergen, that the attached schedule of amendments to the introduced budget of 2026 be made, and be it further resolved that 2 certified copies of this resolution be filed forthwith in the Office of the Director of Division of Local Government Services for certification of the local municipal budget. So amendment, and be it further resolved that this complete amendment in accordance with NJSA 40A:4-9 be published on the city website on the 24th day of June 2026, and be it further resolved that a public hearing on the budget amendment will be held via teleconference on the 9th day of July 2026 at 1 p.m. Is there a motion?
I have a question.
Yeah, I got a couple questions.
On this 99 Passaic Street and 848 River Drive, the pilot, is this 21,500 an increase, or it's an increase, correct? No, it's a decrease.
I'm going to, we have our auditor and CFO here
Be-
this
be-
evening, so all of your questions should be directed to them.
Mayor Garnto and the council. The 21,500 is no increase. It's just a shifting of the funding, Councilwoman Raymond. It's moving an additional 21 onto 848 pilot off of the 99 for a more accurate reflection of billings for 2026 for the pilots. So there's no increase or decrease there. It's just a shifting in the fund.
Is that how much the taxes are? What is that?
That is the pilot billing, so that is the payment in lieu of taxes. The city has 3 pilots, the Housing Authority, the 99 Passaic, and the 848. Part of the pilot agreement, they pay a payment in lieu of the full tax rate. There's a financial agreement in place with the town where they are paying 10% of the annual audit fee or the annual revenues collected from that pilot. They submit a audit report to the city every year. They're supposed to. Take 10% of that, plus a 2% admin fee on top, minus the land tax credits that they are paying. And that's what the fee is for the pilot.
So 99 Passaic Street, it's fair to say, what are they paying in taxes for the year? 91.5 or 70?
I don't, oh, well, the pilot payment is $70,000. That's what they're paying for their year.
For that building, $70,000 a year.
That is correct, Mayor.
That's just pilot, that's not the land
That's the
use.
pilot payment. That's not the taxes,
land
Mayor.
use
Yeah, yeah.
taxes.
So that would be the 10%?
It's
No.
10% plus a 2% admin fee and back off the land tax credits that they,
10% of gross revenue.
Gross revenue.
10% of gross revenue,
How do
correct.
we know that he's telling the truth?
Yeah, how do we know it's gross revenue?
Well, we have to get their audit report, so they have to have a certified audit and submit it to the city, and we have to rely off of
Do
the
we get
auditor's
it?
numbers.
Nick, did we get it?
Who just started last year? 99 Passaic Street?
No.
No, they didn't.
Oh, this is not
You cannot
acceptable.
every year, like I say in our budget meetings, you can't anticipate more in one year than you collected the prior year. So that is,
No, I get that, but I'm not
Well,
understanding.
yeah,
He's
how
saying
come- yeah.
something different. I'm comprehending what he's saying differently than what you just said. Let me ask you, sir, this amendment is what the state declined our budget for.
That is correct.
You know what? I love you and your father, but I have to ask this. I went over this thoroughly. There were 35 errors. Why didn't we pick this up?
We try in the review process beforehand to get as many of these errors out as we can. This year, the state did have a new director in and has implemented a lot of new guidelines that were never implemented in the past. And they have been a little more thorough with the review process. If you ask around to some of the neighboring towns, CFOs have actually gotten together and wrote a letter to the state kind of talking about this process, how they've been real thorough, and they say a little nitpicky on the comments. Also, the CFOs were complaining about how late it is that they're getting this. As you guys know, we didn't receive the budget comments until Thursday of last week, giving us only a few days to try to clear everything through with the state and get so it was just, there was a letter sent down. The state recognizes that this year was a problem with extensive review comments, so they're going to try to improve it going forward, they said. But it's kind of hard for us to foresee all of the items that they're going to tell us to move or change based on their view of the budget.
Do you recall last year's budget, how many, I won't say errors, issues came up?
I don't know off the top of my head, Mayor, but I could get that for you.
No, because, you know, when I did my research, 35 separate issues involving accounting, revenue, utility funds, levy caps, calculations, emergency appropriation, pilot revenues, and in reference to the pilot revenues, and again, I'm just being real. I don't, you know, I respect your dad's firm and you and him, but I know I sent something to your dad in reference to the pilots because I was talking to our council, and one of the things that wasn't incorporated in it, I know your dad was away, he did tell me that, but I don't know. I just find it a little disturbing that 35 issues were flagged. I know, because Nick even said, I'll give him credit, he did say, you know, the state is coming down hard, but we should have went over it with a fine-tooth comb before we put it into the state.
Rob, I know you're in other municipalities, and I know I was at a conference with Nick on the 10th, and that was a topic, this exact issue was a topic of conversation amongst many CFOs. Our attorney just mentioned to me one of his towns had a lot of comments as well. And do you know how many, you know, it's not, I just want to make it known to the public that it's not just Garfield that's being affected by the state's guidelines. Do you have any other examples offhand?
I don't have a firm example. All the clients that I have are the biggest city that I deal with, so this was a lot of comments but from what my father has told me, that cities, this is pretty common with all the thorough comments. Most of mine, though, even my smaller districts, have gotten almost 15 comments, which they have not been accustomed to in the past. So it has been across the board, all my budget reviews this year, they are up on comments.
And again, this is me being real. I asked you the same question, and you told me you didn't have any, but now you do. Examples of other cities.
Oh, I apologize, Mayor.
Okay. All right.
I know Rich just said Hackensack, sorry to throw you under the bus, but I know Montclair, that was one of the towns. I think they didn't get their review back until the day of their meeting, so at least we got ours on Thursday evening before a holiday and then had to scramble. But, you know, there's a new regime at the state.
Is that the main reason?
It's a new
Because of the
regime at
new
the
governor and her administration?
I just know there's a new director down at the state. I'm assuming the appointment of the new governor.
Well, yes, it is.
But
Probably.
but that is, the new appointment of the new director
voted
has
for.
led to.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
has led to the
probably
increase
because
in
of that,
comments.
yeah.
No, you didn't.
Are there any other questions on the amendment?
One thing I am grateful that and you were at every meeting and you were wonderful. We had about at least 4 meetings, 3 hours each, maybe more. The increase is not changing.
That is correct,
That is a
Mayor.
good thing. because we
4.93 is still the increase.
We went line item by line item by line item by line. So I am very grateful for that. And again, Mr. Laney, I just want to be clear. I'm not blaming, per se, Garfield. I just have to question. 35 issues is a little disturbing, especially, you know, we did a presentation to the public. I'm thinking that we maybe should have went over it a little more thorough. before submitting it to the state. And again,
I
we,
just wanted to clarify for the
Yeah.
public, mayor. I know I said it to you and the mayor and council that it was just, not uncommon to Garfield. That it
Okay.
seems to be an across-the-board theme this year. That's all.
yeah, I have
Maybe
no.
it's the new director.
I think that's a common thing,
Yeah, the new director.
Gotta blame somebody. But I'm good, I have no other questions. Anybody else?
No.
Yeah, just one quick question, because we were talking.
I just want to make it clear to the public too that this does not affect the tax rate. It's still the same.
Okay, with regards, before it hits Facebook tomorrow, all right, I just want to make sure that $70,000
Joe.
is not the amount of all taxes paid for 99 Passaic Street.
That is
You know-
correct.
Thank you very much.
Say that again.
Thank you very much, because I know Facebook.
Do you have that number by any chance of how much they're paying in taxes or how much they should be?
Not off the top of my head, Deputy Mayor, but I can get that.
And also, if it
That'd be
wasn't a
perfect.
pilot, what would they
Well, we'll be
really
on
be
Facebook
paying
anyway,
without the
$90
pilot?
Yeah, that I would.
Yeah, get us that for next meeting.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Yeah, Joe. I know Facebook. issue with it. Exactly compared to how much taxes were being paid
No,
before that
don't
was
count,
built.
that don't count.
And
All right.
compare it to where, if there was no pilot on that, what would the taxes be paid on that 100-unit
No, if the what was
monstrosity?
paid before that was built.
Or how
All
about,
right.
I can tell you right now, zero.
how about the one on Monroe Street and
Okay.
River Road?
All right.
Don't even get me.
Enough of our playful
All
bantering
right,
back and
that being
forth.
said, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Joey said.
Okay,
Thank you.
Joe-
I have
Joe-
a motion by Mayor Garnto, seconded by Delaney. On roll call, council members Regola. Delaney.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Kane.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Raymond.
Yes.
Mayor Garnto.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you.
Now, with the bill list,
Is Passaic Valley on the bill?
There is,
So we
okay.
are now moving on to the consent agenda, which includes resolutions 311 through 350. Are there any questions on the bills list before I ask?
On
On
the
the consent agenda before I ask?
Yeah, I do. I have a question. I know we just tabled something because there was a little concern about the garbage thing. I don't see it on here, but I just got a feeling just from the crowd that I just want to be clear. If anybody here thinks we're going to make a motion to do anything other than moving somebody up to a permanent seat and moving the alternate delegates up one step higher, meaning to appoint somebody as the last delegate, I want to table this, and there's reasons why, and I'll be very, very transparently clear why, so we can talk about it.
well, gee, Mayor, you must have read my mind.
Oh, no, I saw your phone.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think that's a good idea, and I think for our next work session, I would like to make a resolution that when it comes to appointments to these boards, not the planning board, not the library board, those are your appointments, but a board like the zoning board, which is important, or a board like the redevelopment, I would like the applicants to come before the council so we could all question them. Because we're appointing people to these boards that have no knowledge of what they're supposed to be doing. And I think it's important that we know what their qualifications are. And I would hope, Mayor, that you're not looking to table the appointment from the first alternate to the permanent seat.
I just said, no, I'm not going to do it.
Oh, okay.
I just said
So
that.
it's just, you're
It's
looking,
just-
the first, what you're
To
looking
re-
at.
Replace-
So on the consent agenda, we have moving Miss Marcello from
So that
alternate number
goes.
To a
one
permanent
to a
seat. That's
permanent
going.
seat.
Okay.
Then we have the alternate
Moving
number
up.
3 becoming alternate number 1, and alternate
No.
number 4.
Well, that's not a law.
Becoming alternate
That's not a
number
law.
3, and then that leaves the 4th alternate vacant, which is not on the agenda.
But that's not a law. That is not a law. According to the New Jersey Municipal Land Use Law, you can take any alternate and move them to first place. You could take the third and move them
Well,
to
that's
second.
what we're doing.
You could take a new person and move them into first,
well,
without moving up. You want to discuss that
Yeah,
at the
we'll-
next
we'll-
meeting?
we'll
not
discuss that. We'll
concurrent.
And I think really, the applicants, if
That's
we...
how you guys, that's how it was directed.
If we
and that's
have
how the
anybody
resolution
in
is
mind,
written.
any of the council, I think we need to call them in before us.
Well, listen, I get the names from you guys, so.
I want to ask
by
Ms.
all
Raymond a
means,
question.
bring them
I'm sorry, Ms. City
forward.
Manager. I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You said about 3 minutes ago that we've been putting people on that have no clue what they're doing. Who's been putting people on that? have no
I'm
clue?
not going to
But
mention names.
are you mentioning, are you referring to this present council? Okay, okay.
I think to go on a board, an autonomous board, especially like a zoning board or redevelopment, you have to have a little bit of knowledge or some experience.
Ms. Raymond, I'm going to tell you one thing. I go to every single one of these board meetings, and I'm going to, large majority knows what they're doing, but and this is way before us. It's like, are you kidding me?
Well, maybe former.
And I'm not specifically saying
maybe,
zoning.
Mayor, maybe former
I'm talking across
councils-
the board.
Maybe former councils
Let's
did
face
that.
it, listen,
Let's-
people put
maybe-
on for reasons.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be. They
It
should be
shouldn't be.
qualified.
Well,
They should be qualified. If you're going to put
there's a
somebody on
learning
a
curve,
zoning
too, with
board,
certain things.
they
Just
should
like when you
have.
become a councilman, you're not going to know, a councilman or a councilwoman or a board president, you're not going to know everything as soon as you get in the seat. There's a learning curve, Ms. Raymond, and you know that. You know that very
Can I jump in before it gets weird? And
It's
I don't
already
want to
weird.
put her under the bus or throw her under the bus, but one of the smartest people that I do know in the city of Garfield is Danielle.
Absolutely.
Hold on, because Danielle was not a zoning board person. She was put on with no knowledge and probably is one of the most versed people in zoning in less than a year and knows more than most people that I know. So when you are teaching, people do need to learn for future generations. I don't think it's a bad thing.
But can I say something to you, Deputy Mayor? When Danielle went on, you were the one that told me you were so proud. She was on the computer learning all about the zoning board.
yeah, that's what he's
She knew
saying.
everything by the time
Well,
she
that's
went
what
on.
we're saying. You
That's
have
not the
to
case.
learn.
That's not the case now. And I think we should really all be able to interview these people before they go on the board. There's other people that want to go on these boards and they don't have a chance to do it. So, I mean, I think we need to open this up to, the community. If there's other people that are out there that do have experience.
So and believe me, I'm liking what you're saying. So moving forward, you want to have the absolute best qualified. Forget about somebody that can learn it. You want the best qualified at the time
How
of
long are
the
we going to
interview.
get people to learn?
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. When I was on the board, I remember the first day there. I'm voting to transfer 5 million, 20 million here, and I remember turning to Mr. Municipal, I think he was the president at the time. I go, I'm voting yes. I have no clue what I'm really doing. Now, it takes about a year or two to get your feet on the ground. I mean, if you really want to know it.
Mayor, I feel like the zoning board, the redevelopment is very important to this town. We are overdeveloped, we're overpopulated, and I think it's very important
Okay.
that we know, or that somebody that sits on these boards knows what they're voting for.
All right, you know what? Rather than going back and forth, I'm just going to ask that we table putting.
It's not on, Mayor.
I know it's not on, but I don't want anybody, I want to do a motion, I want to nominate this. Are we all in agreement that we're going to sit
Okay,
in a
so
room and talk
what
about it?
we're doing right now, just let me get this straight, is moving Daniela up to a regular,
To a permanent seat.
all right, and then we're not touching the alternates.
The
No, we
alternates-
Why,
Alternate one became vacant by Danielle.
Okay, so
Alternate
just-
number 3, Mr. Alfonso, is moving up to alternate 1.
I don't believe
Why?
in that.
No,
I
that
believe,
shouldn't
see,
be.
now, the problem I got with that, Mr. Alfonso was on the redevelopment board, and I have a big issue with people being on two boards. That should never be.
The other option is moving up Mr. Facarino to alternate number
You know what? Let me ask you
No,
something,
but
Mr. Delaney.
And-
No,
and-
now that we're opening Pandora's back. Mr. Delaney, let me speak, please. I got to ask you a
I
question.
voted against Johnny from being on two boards.
He was on two boards
He was
too?
on zoning and the redevelopment.
And I'm going to bring something up, and please don't take any insult if you're in the audience, but do you think family members should be on the same board?
No.
If they're qualified.
Okay, then if we're going to do it your way, then we got to do it the way all the way. You can't
not
say
if
it's
they're
good here and
qualified,
it's not
Joe.
good there.
No, he just asked me a simple question.
Yeah, and you said no.
You know,
You said no.
Yeah, but doesn't mean that it can't work just because I say no.
Okay, so it doesn't mean that it can't work because you said you can't be on two boards.
I just said I'm against being on two boards. I'm against being.
All right.
Is there a
Why
conflict
don't,
between
look,
redevelopment
it's a
and?
simple thing, all right? You said you wanted to talk. So why don't we just move Daniela up and just leave the alternates alone?
The alternates all have to be reappointed in December anyway.
Well, why don't you?
No,
just-
no, they don't. No,
Oh,
no.
yes, they do.
Not all of them.
That's not all of them. There's
I
a term on
understand
that. There's a
they
term.
sometimes, Sharon, there's two that have, there's two alternates that end in 2026 and two alternates that end in 2027.
There's terms with these positions.
Yeah.
We have, the zoning board president is here. Do the alternates get reappointed every year?
It's every 2 years.
Every 2 years?
There's terms on it. There are. It's either two or
Guys,
three.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
it's,
I do the resolutions every year. It's 2
2 years, yes.
2022 end in 2026 and 2 end in 2027.
And they're staggered.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's try to end this right now. Right now, we're just going to vote on what's on the agenda.
Do you want to, do you want to remove the alternate adjustments?
No,
And just
no, I don't.
Oh, I do. I think we need to discuss that.
I thought that's what you said, to
Yeah.
discuss it since.
No. I said that we're not going to vote anybody to take that vacant alternate spot.
Well, if you're not going to remove that adjustment, then I'm going to make a motion to put somebody in that vacant spot.
I'm asking you to table it. I'm asking this
And I'm
board.
asking you to table the other thing. Don't move up the alternate. Let's leave it and we'll discuss it at the next
What,
meeting.
you have a lot, it seems like you have a lot of vested interest in this. Why, Mr. Van Raymond?
No, you have more vested
No,
interest than I do.
no, well, I'm doing my job.
Well,
That's
so
what I'm
am
doing.
I.
Nah, but you know what?
We're equal up here. She's the
No,
boss.
I didn't say we're not equal, and I didn't say Erin's not the boss, so don't try to put words into my mouth, okay,
Well-
Ms. Raymond? And I'm gonna be honest, it seems like you're more concerned with these boards than you are with our council.
What?
Yes, and the Board of Ed, I might add.
And the Board of Ed. What does that have to do with anything?
It has to do with you.
With me? I don't
All
want.
right, let's move on. I am going to table moving the alternate delegates also. We're only moving Daniela up to a permanency.
So at this time,
We got a lot to discuss, men and women,
I would.
Oh, we
need-
certainly do.
a lot.
So you would like, yes, you would like to table R-342-26, which is the reassignment of zoning board of adjustment alternate members. Is there a motion to table that resolution?
I'll make a motion to table.
And I second it.
I have a motion by Mayor Garnto, seconded by Deputy Mayor Raymond, to pull R-342-26 from the consent agenda. On roll call, council members Rigoloso.
Okay, so.
We're just pulling R-3 from the agenda.
Yes.
Is this the whole
To
consent
ta-
agenda?
No, it's just
No.
to table, pull 342 from the agenda.
We're not doing the whole consent agenda.
Well, this isn't the whole thing?
Table 342.
No, this motion is just to pull 342-26 from the consent agenda. Sorry, guys. I'm losing my mind over here today.
So to pull or table, whatever you want to use, 342-26.
Concerning the alternate
Okay.
delegates, any movement in
Thank
that?
you. You said aye?
Yes, I said.
Delaney? Deputy Mayor Kane? Deputy Mayor Raymond?
No.
Go ahead, call me. Call me. Call me.
Mayor Garnto?
No, it passed.
No, it didn't.
It stays on.
It's the same.
No,
It stays on
it
the
stays
agenda.
on.
And now I make a motion to put Alvin Gaba in that vacancy. I want that on.
No, you're out of order right now, Ms.
What?
Raymond. You're out of order.
Can I make a motion?
No, you're not.
Mr. Attorney?
No.
Still have to vote the consent agenda.
And then I can make a motion.
Well, get that out of the way, and then you can go on.
Listen, before we move forward, are we going to, you could change your vote to, no, listen to me. You voted yes for the alternate.
No, she voted no to table
To
it.
table
You
it.
voted
You-
no
you
to
should have
table
voted-
it.
Don't tell me, I know what I did. I know what I did.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't read that part. I didn't read
You're
that
not
part.
seeing anything on my phone other than my dog Enzo doesn't have diarrhea.
Okay.
Dear God.
Dear God, Tana, come on, please.
Okay, so
You know, you're making it like
No, no, I'm not. You are, Miss Raymond.
I'm
You
changing
really
my
are.
vote. I don't want the vote on that tonight.
Okay, so
I'm
you do
changing
want
my
it
vote. Yeah.
tabled.
Got your table, you go.
We're
I
not
got-
voting,
I
we're
got
not
three-
voting.
I got three to table
The
it.
alternate delegate,
Pull
well, okay,
You
okay.
can put it on the table. So
Yeah.
you got three, so that's
Three.
off the consent.
Okay,
Okay.
so 342.
Well, you didn't ask me, though.
You had voted no. You
I didn't
wanna
vote no.
change yours too?
I'm gonna vote table it because Ms.
Okay.
Tanner Raymond
All right.
did what I asked her to do.
your vote too.
Yeah.
For the alternates, I'm voting to not go through,
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
okay.
We're going to
Got it.
discuss it at the
Yes.
next meeting.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So just to confirm with everyone, we are tabling, 42-26. From the consent agenda, we had 4 ayes and 1 no from Deputy Mayor Kane.
You change it.
Thank you.
We got
Okay, with that being said, that adjusts the numbers of our consent agenda, which is 311 through 349 now. So after, 341, those few resolution numbers will change and go.
All right, so we got to do the other things first, right?
Yeah, so right now, are there any other questions on the consent agenda?
Passaic Valley's on the bill
Is
list.
on the bills list, correct. If there's no other questions on the consent agenda, I will ask for a motion to approve. Again, 342 is not included.
I'll make a motion to,
Thank you, Mayor. Is there a second?
Can you just give me 1 second? I just want to read the rest. I'm sorry.
Are we good with everything now, Columbus? Like, that's
oh,
settled everything?
So tonight, on the consent agenda, is the resolution authorizing the acceptance of the settlement with the bonding company.
that's only for the tree, right? What about the stamped cement?
Everything goes away after that. The maintenance bond's already lapsed.
Yeah, but the complaint about the cement and the sod and everything else was way before that elapsed.
Yeah, but it's bonding company, their maintenance bond ended, so anything we want to make a maintenance claim on, time is passed.
But let me,
that's
wow,
just one.
this is a really crazy meeting today. Rich, you were very much aware from day one that I had complaints about the stamped cement. I had complaints about the blacktop that wasn't poured properly. I had complaints about the tree. I had complaints about broken playgrounds. I thought that was all under this bond thing. And the tree was the most important one because it was dead, and they took it down. So I'm not going to vote to close this then, because if we do, then we're done with them. That cracked cement, that cracked stamped cement there that they never fixed is going to stay like that.
So you're not going to get any coverage under the bond maintenance bond or anything other than the tree, because when we made the claim for the tree, soon thereafter, the term of the bond ended. Okay? To the extent that there's defects in the construction work done by the contractor, and the maintenance bond is lapsed or it's not covered by the maintenance bond, covers very specific stuff. The only other avenue would be to bring an action against the contractor and sue them for breach of contract and defects in their work.
All right, and again, I'm not doing this to put anybody on the spot. It's just, I know how adamant I was, how committed I was to the errors that were made there. And Mr. Laney, I know I sent you pictures with a list.
Yeah, everything was sent.
But nothing, they didn't fix, you know what they fixed? They fixed the broken playground part.
I was under the impression everything was sent to them for the maintenance bond. Everything.
That's what I was under the impression too, everything, not just the tree.
Has been relayed.
But it hasn't been fixed.
I'm not.
But
an
council's
attorney,
saying that we're outside that bond now. But how could that be when, I'm telling you, shortly after we were elected, I was questioning that part, the poor workmanship.
I have all the emails.
And I'll show you the stuff I put on social media about it. I called them out. It was atrocious. I took pictures of it. It was horrible. I mean, our own DPW says you can't even ride their trucks on it without it collapsing because they didn't pour the proper depth
Well,
and they didn't do a
DPW
border.
can get out of their cars and use snow plows to plow the walkways there like other municipalities do. They can do
No,
that.
I'm not saying they can't do that, but I mean, that
you're supposed to be able to drive some sort of DPW
You
truck.
could drive a regular vehicle on that. You can't use snow plows on it, which is one of their concerns. So they can get out of their trucks and use,
No, I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying, you know, and again, this is at nobody's fault up here. It's the contractor. It's the contractor did a piss poor job on that park.
I also think it was the engineer. And it's spoken about this a little at the work session meeting, because I had Rich had said about going after the contractor, breach of contract. I asked, what about the engineer? So,
You know, I hate to keep doing this court thing, but fighting, but you know what? I'm not the type of person that if something's wrong, I'm not going to let somebody get away with it just because we may have to spend money to rectify it. It's you know, I don't know. You know, it's very frustrating sometimes, you know, sitting in the seat, letting these people get away with the BS that they get away with, the poor workmanship that they get away with. And again, it's no blame to anybody here. It's the contractors. Listen, I maybe go beyond what I should do. I walk around, I inspect it, and that's just me.
Mayor, quick point, there's a reason why they are the lowest bid.
I've always said we don't have to, we don't always have to take.
And the thing is, if you don't take the lowest bid, then you gotta actually prove it big time that they're not.
So you're going to tell me, let it grow? This is the first screw-up job they did? I don't think so.
I can't tell you that.
I don't think
know.
anybody vetted
This is
them
the first
properly.
job that they did in Garfield.
Oh, maybe in Garfield, but not.
You know, it's not my job, you know, check them out, we have an engineer for that. All right, so they're the
Yeah,
ones who.
but Joe, it is our job, though. Joe, it is. You think I'm going to depend on somebody that you're going to say an engineer? Listen, somebody, let's tell it like it is. Some of these people are all connected. Oh, I'm going to help him, get him this. You know, I'm not going to say he's doing a shitty job. I want my friend to get the job. Not me. I'm talking about that's what happens, though, with the engineer, with the contractor, because they do work in other towns, Tanner. You're looking at me like...
No, I'm looking at Danielle in pain.
No,
Stop
no,
picking on me.
I'm not picking on you. I thought you had like a concern. Like
No,
you-
I'm looking at her, this poor girl's in pain.
I would recommend, Mayor, that we pull the resolution tonight to authorize a settlement with the bonding company. I'll go back and look at the demand letter we made to them on the maintenance bond and make sure that it didn't include anything other than the tree. The tree was the primary item.
there were other items.
Yeah, but there was a lot of other
There were
stuff.
a lot of
And you
other
brought that
items.
right up in the beginning.
In the beginning.
That came, as soon as we got elected, he brought that up, he took pictures.
So before we authorize the settlement, the next item, assuming that the bonding demand letter makes reference to various defects that you mentioned, including the tree, then the next step would be to get a price to remediate, to include it to the settlement.
I don't think, do we pay them?
So
I mean,
let it
The
grow from
project,
pay.
yeah, they could pay it.
Let it grow from pay. This is why, this is where the maintenance bond picks up. So I would say if you consider tabling it, and we'll go back and check it.
Yeah, but, Rich, I'm a little concerned only because what you said in the beginning, we're past that time frame.
We made the claim before the bond lapse.
Well, no, I know that. That's what I said.
So what I'm trying to say is this, whatever is in that claim letter is fair game. Okay, so let me review the claim letter.
337.26.
And now, you know, it kind of got the tree for a little while, so let me go back and look at it. And we can't bring up stuff new now.
No.
If it was brought up in the
Believe me,
claim.
everything in that park I brought up, that needs to be
So
brought
let
up.
me double check, get back. In the meantime, pull it.
I took pictures of it.
In the meantime, just pull it so you don't vote on it tonight.
And that was right
Not
in the
only that, I
beginning.
took pictures of how, you know, the sod gets 4 inches of water. Never had that before they did this park.
Okay, so that resolution number is, sorry. Uh, 347-26. So is there a motion to pull that as well?
347-26?
Correct.
Let me ask you something, council. By us pulling this, our Christmas tree may not happen now.
No, because we've,
No, we did that on the city's end, and then they're supposed to pay us back, so.
That's Joey.
Okay.
we've settled on that, and we're gonna go back and reevaluate the
All right. I'll make the motion to pull that.
Do we have any other outdoor
I'm gonna make the
cafes?
motion to pull.
Okay, I have a motion by Mayor
Will it
Garza
hurt
to
us with
pull,
any of our grants or anything if we,
seconded by Deputy Delaney.
council, I'm just a councilman.
Roll call, Councilmembers Regola.
You'll always be heard, Mayor.
No, just tabling the one resolution.
Where are we now? What are we doing?
Delaney?
Aye.
We're
We are
tabling the
tabling
resolution.
the resolution to approve the
347-26, the
maintenance bond
maintenance bond
settlement.
for the park.
Okay.
I'm voting aye for Everett.
Thank, Deputy Mayor Kane.
Oh,
Deputy Mayor Raymond.
Yes.
Give me that line
Mayor
of
Garnto.
BS. Yes, aye.
Okay, motion carries. So now the consent agenda is 311 through, it would be 348 with 342 and 347 being pulled.
Just, can you explain 335-26?
What number?
335, 22-26?
That is Bergen County Community Development Block Grant. There's a 3-year co-op agreement for us to be a part of, like, the regional, so it's every 3 years we enter into the agreement with them, which makes us eligible for CDBG grant funding.
This has nothing to do with the Passaic thing that we used to be in. We're done this year, right? We're done with that. Greater Bergen, I guess?
Oh, correct. That's Neighborhood Preservation
Okay,
Program.
yeah.
No, this is just, we're part of a regional group, so it's like Garfield, Lodi, a bunch of towns,
Okay.
for federal HUD dollars for CDBG grants.
But Madam City Manager, I have one question. We're going to do a partnership with the county for snow removal?
Yes, we
Oh,
do
good.
that.
Well, that's the
it's
county
already-
roads. That's in effect
just for
already.
the
Yeah,
county
that's
road.
already in effect. It's just a renewal.
Do we do anything, do we have any kind of a mutual agreement with the Board of Ed? Could we do something with them maybe to save money?
It's something that they have expressed interest in with me, as well as lawn care, so it's to be discussed.
I vote aye on the agenda.
Well, I don't have a motion on the, I have a motion actually by Mayor Garnto, but then there was never a second.
My motion was to pull 347-26, right?
Well, before that, you made a motion on the consent agenda, which never got a second. So
Okay.
now that that one's pulled,
Okay, I'll make a motion on the consent
I need
agenda.
a second on the consent agenda.
I'll second the consent.
Thank you.
Who's on first?
Okay, with that being said, I have a motion by Mayor Garnto, seconded by Galoso on the remainder of the consent agenda. After those two resolutions have been pulled, on roll call, council members Galoso. Delaney.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Kane.
No to Passaic Valley. No to 337-26.
326.
337-26. Is that it? And yes to the rest.
Deputy Mayor Raymond.
No on Passaic Valley Water for the billing. And this 337-26, I would like to get the police chief's opinion on that before we vote on it. So I'm going to vote abstain on that.
So, the police chief, his opinion, actually I spoke to him today, is he wishes that the mayor and council would not permit any outdoor dining in the city. As far as an opinion on one, I don't know if he would provide an opinion on just one business.
Well, since there are no others up on Harrison Avenue that do outdoor dining, that's, I was wondering, like, why would we approve this one?
We don't have to.
You don't have to.
So, but the chief did express to me today that, and I was gonna just mention it at a work session meeting, that it's his recommendation to not have outdoor dining permitted in the city.
Okay, then I'm going to vote no on that resolution, and yes on all the others. That one in Passaic Valley, no.
All right, you need mine for Passaic Valley. Do I have to do you that favor again, mister? All right. I'm going to go ahead. I'm doing this for our city manager, Joe. But I am going to vote no for 337-26 with an explanation why I'm voting no. I wasn't able to open it, but I did hear that since January of this year.
I had the number wrong, but there's still a lot.
What is the
Yeah,
number?
so it
Like,
was-
I was told 200.
No, it was
There's
from
200 pages.
2025. It was from starting 2025, right?
Yeah.
It was just easier because the question was asked kind of at the last minute for Sergeant Porco to send something that he worked on from an Oprah request. So it was from January 2025, but there are a significant amount of calls to that property.
Well, that's why I was under the impression from January to now, at that particular cafe, there was over 200. That's what I thought I was told that, but that's why I'm voting no. Whether the number's 200, 25, 30, I vote no.
So, wait, excuse me, just one quick question. What particular cafe are we talking? Because it says approving of 2026 outdoor
Go
cafe.
Stilly.
That's
on
the
Harrison.
old Latonas.
Oh, so we're just voting on
Am I not
one?
correct? Is that the old
It's
Latonas?
just, that's the only one that's on that resolution, correct? And yes, I believe so.
I think it is.
Do we have a lot of outdoor dining in the town?
Well,
There's
have,
like the
DPs,
Firehouse,
the
there's
Firehouse.
Osteria,
or Steres.
Peace.
The place across the street.
I don't know exactly which
Where?
ones are approved this year, but these are ones that,
Yeah, the Hive.
I mean, it doesn't have to be in the front.
Did the
Yeah.
police chief have a reason why he was against the outdoor dining? Is it because of liquor? Is it, what was his reason?
My personal thing is, and even with, now that you mentioned it, the Hive, is any business that keeps getting complaints over and over again about noise, especially inside, shouldn't have an outdoor.
I apologize, I
License
misspoke.
as
He
well.
said to permit outdoor licenses for the cafes, not in general.
Yeah, no, I didn't think he was against the, in general, the
Specifically,
cafe.
I apologize. Because in the past, there's frequent complaints, et cetera, but it was just the cafes, so I apologize.
I actually, for eateries, I enjoy outside dining.
Oh, yeah,
myself.
but I
I
thought
really-
maybe there was a reason,
No,
okay.
yeah, sorry.
I mean, I'm going to put on record right now that if the complaints keep coming through, if I keep hearing complaints about, especially the Hive, there's noise complaints, bottles being broken, everything, I'm not going to vote for an outdoor license for them either. So
I mean, I don't know what kind of activity, I know the noise has
So
been
why let it
atrocious
go
at 2 or 3 in the morning, but I know, listen, with the prior owner, I mean, some of our own officers were almost assaulted and actually hurt seriously in that place before, not with this new owner, with the old,
After Latonas.
no, I'm talking
No,
about the Hive
right.
now.
Across the street.
Who's on first?
Okay, so I did have a motion on our consent agenda. Everything has been approved with the exception of the 2 resolutions that were pulled and 337-26. With that being said, we do have, I believe, a gentleman here this evening.
Wow.
from Solar Landscape. I don't know your first name, I apologize.
Kevin.
Kevin, do you have a presentation, or are you just gonna kind of come in front? Okay, so we do have this TV set up.
You're going to be able to scan in on that TV, right? Good.
I did not set up that TV, so I
Kevin,
won't be able to help you, I'll be honest.
what's that?
I have an epidural.
In the Epidural.
Someone else's responsibility.
Look at Danielle, she had surgery. He had an epidural.
Well, I don't know why she's here. She should be in bed. Yeah.
I had one, you tighten it like that? I had one of those. I had the same surgery you had. It's horrible.
Your first council meeting, you wait until you're back.
No, don't worry,
before you-
listen.
Danielle, I want to see you up here one day. You'd be excellent. She's coming up here then.
Never.
Never say never.
I know.
I see that password. What was that? I want to run to the bathroom while they do this.
He knew my toe.
Sure. I've seen this like 5 times already. I already signed up.
Where you going? Where you going?
He's going to the bathroom.
You leaving? Oh, I thought you were leaving. Okay, good.
Are you leaving?
No, no.
There.
Go ahead, sir, the floor is yours. Yeah.
So Mayor and members of the council, I appreciate the opportunity to get together with you today
and to share some information we're sharing really across the city of Garfield and across the state of New Jersey, the different municipalities we're working with. And what we're doing is we're educating residents about a new statewide energy assistance program that's available to everyone. So what we're doing is, it's a wonderful program. I'm excited to tell you about it. That's the positive. The negative is the state has not done a great job of publicizing it. So fortunately, we've had the opportunity to work with mayors of Patterson and Passaic and Newark and Woodbridge and Edison and Garfield to help just make residents aware of this program so they can look at it for themselves and see if it makes sense for them and their families. That's kind of what I want to share with everyone today, and I'll give you some contact information and where to find out more. And certainly I'm here, and I know there's some people in the audience if you have any questions. My name is Kevin Dunchey. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer for a company called Solar Landscape. We are a solar developer that is approved by the state of New Jersey to be part of this program and to help bring these discounts to Garfield residents. The whole idea of this, before I show you some pictures, is this. Everyone now in Garfield has the opportunity to have the benefits of solar energy, and you don't need solar panels on your property. You don't need anything at all installed in your property. That's the wonderful thing about community solar. That's what the state energy assistance program is called. So let me start. The reason that we're getting together is most of you, I'm sure, are aware that PSE&G rates have gone up across the state, in most cases about 20% for people who are paying electric bills. That has been devastating. So what we're doing with community solar is helping people mitigate those rate increases by guaranteeing them discounts by solar energy that we make for them off-site, not in their home. This program was part of the Clean Energy Act of 2018. It really only started going the last couple of years. It became part of the permanent community solar program in 2023 called CSEP, the Community Solar Energy Program, and it is considered an energy assistance program by the state of New Jersey, although it is eligible to any resident. Oversight of the program is provided by the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities, and that's important for residents to understand. So what I'm going to talk to you about, these are not Solar Landscape, my company rules, or Garfield rules, the city of Garfield rules. These rules are by the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities, and they have certain guarantees and safeguards in there for residents to make sure everyone has a great experience with this program. So the goal of the program for residents is to provide a reduction in energy costs, cleaner air across the state, because we're replacing dirty energy with clean energy with these solar projects, huge solar projects, and then access for everyone. Even if you're a renter, you can get the benefit of solar energy. And then finally, local workforce development. We work with a nonprofit here in New Jersey. We've trained about 2,000 residents to become solar installation professionals, not just in New Jersey, but now across the country and other states in which we're working. If you want to do some research on this program, you can go to the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities website, type in community solar and search it. It's on there. You can also go on the Department of Community Affairs website and read about it, and it's right there under additional energy assistance programs. Again, this is a statewide program. This picture will give you a good idea of what we're doing across the state. These are the first two community solar projects that were ever energized in the state. These are in Perth Amboy. They're on a former brownfield. They had support from Mayor Caba. They were approved by the Board of Public Utilities, and now they energize 1,200 New Jersey homes. So what we're doing is we're putting these panels on large logistics centers. We're paying rent to the property owner, and then we're taking the electricity and powering homes across the state. Give you a kind of a graph of exactly how it works. We're at the top, we're the developer, so we work with commercial real estate owners. What we do is we pay them an annual lease payment to be on their roof. They're not getting the electricity, you all are getting the electricity. When we put the panels up there, which we do at our own expense, we sign a 20-year lease agreement, we'll be up there for at least 20 years, we make the electricity, we send it to PSE&G, that's ours now to send, and Garfield residents go to a website, which I'm going to share with you. They enroll and reserve themselves a spot for the next eligible community solar project that's energized so that you can start getting these discounted credits which appear on your bill. And I'll share with you a PSE&G bill so you can see exactly how it looks like and exactly how you save. Important, this discount is guaranteed for 20 years. This is not third-party energy. It's a question we get asked all the time. It's completely different, okay? It's local, clean energy produced,
My grandson's graduating tomorrow.
sent to you right by through PSE&G, and all the discounts appear right on your bill. It's also important to understand that 51% of the electricity that we make in this program has to be reserved for low and moderate income households. Most important to residents, though, is this. There's no cost for you to enroll. There's no cost for you to leave. You can leave at any time. There's no additional fees or charges. There's nothing to install, and you are still a customer of PSE&G and still get everything right on your PSE&G bill. That's why the city of Garfield, that's why the city of Newark, that's why the city of Patterson and Passaic and so many others, 20, 25 others, have already sent letters out to their residents just to simply let them know about this program. These are where our projects are located across the state. Interestingly enough, it used to be that if you lived in Garfield, you could only enroll in a project that was in Garfield or in a bordering township. That's not the case anymore. I'm not the brightest guy in the world. I thought there was wires that had to go from the project to your home. That's not the case, right? Everything is done remotely. We're just sending the electricity to PSE&G. So we have 347 projects across New Jersey, enough energy to power 80,000 homes, and we've already enrolled thousands, tens of thousands of residents in this program that are already saving. So the question is, why have you not heard about this before? What's new? What's changed? And the most important thing is consolidated billing. When this program first happened, people used to get two bills. A bill from the solar company for the solar energy we were making from you, and a bill from PSE&G for sending the electricity to your home. That's not the case anymore. Everything is right on the PSE&G bill, and that's why so many mayors have gotten behind this, because it's easy for residents. The second thing is utility-wide access. You can see that orange area, that's PSE&G. You don't have to enroll in a project in Garfield or a neighboring town. Anywhere where we have a project that's in PSE&G territory, you can go in line, enroll, and become part of the program. The third reason, utility rate increases. We talked about 20% increases from PSE&G. That's why our municipal partners have gotten behind getting this information out to residents. Higher discounts. So in our low to moderate income households, the guaranteed discount on the solar we make on our projects for you is 31%. So any solar electricity we make for you and credit on your bill, you'll save 31%. All other residents are 20%. So 31 for low income. I'll explain to you how you qualify for low to moderate income, how you make sure you qualify when you go through the enrollment process. And then the last is just as educational outreach, which we're doing across the state. These are the letters we sent. It's one letter, English on one side, Spanish on the other side. You may have received it. There's a QR code down the bottom. You can go and find out more. We use the discount code Garfield to make sure you get your discounts, make sure we can keep track of how many people from the city are actually enrolling. So far in Garfield, with just the one letter, we had 142 people enroll in the program and get on the wait list. The 142, I'm sorry, of the people that enrolled in Garfield, 142 qualified as low income for that 31% discount rate. Let me show you what the savings are. The annual savings, average annual savings for our low to moderate income residents is $600 a year. That's meaningful. I know we were earlier talking about not having to pay $10 for parking. This is at least $50 a month. So far, just because of the letter that the mayor was kind enough to share, residents in Garfield will save $1.7 million on their electricity bills over the next 20 years on a guaranteed basis. That's wonderful, and we want to encourage more and more people to enroll in this program. In the next several weeks, with the mayor's help and guidance, we'll be reaching out to our senior citizens in Garfield and going and doing presentations for them. I had the opportunity to do one down in Evesham in southern Jersey. We thought we'd have 30 people there. We had 130. We had to run out and get more pizza for everybody. But seniors particularly, many of them qualify because they're on fixed income, as low to moderate income, and they have nothing but time, so they're doing their research and they're enrolling in this program. So here's a copy of a bill for residents to take a look at, just so you see how this appears on your bill, because I think this is important. This is a person who is paying $500 $542. This is the normal details of their electric charges. So for both delivery and supply, they're paying $542, but they also have community solar. So our job is to, when you enroll, make sure we're designating enough of that solar project to your home to try to offset as much of your electricity costs as we can. In this case, on the next page, you can see that between delivery and supply, at $540, we offset $517 of the charges. What did I say the discount was? Everybody remember for low income, 31%. Right? So they would have paid $517 for this electricity, only paying $357 for this electricity. The credit savings is $160, which equals 31%. Now this is happening all across the state with people who are enrolled in our program. Again, just a reminder, 31% for low to mod, 20% for everyone else. And I'll be just about 2 more minutes, Mayor, with your permission, to explain how the enrollment process works. We have a dedicated website for Garfield residents so that you know you're in the right spot. You'll go there, you'll put in your zip code, you'll click check availability, and all you have to do is put in your contact information, your name and email address. No one's going to call you or bother you. You'll enter your service address. Where do you want this electricity to go to? You'll put in your 10-digit PSE&G number. That's so we work with PSE&G. We can look at a year or 2 of your bills, figure out how much electricity you're using and how much of that project, how many of those panels are going to be dedicated to your home or apartment. Once we figure that out, as soon as that project energizes, you start getting credits on your bill and you start savings. The waiting time right now for our low-income residents, because this has become suddenly very popular, particularly with increase with PSE&G, the waiting time for low-income residents is about till the fall. So we would say mid-late fall, low-income residents will be on projects that are energized. For our non-low-income residents, we just call them Resi. Everyone else, it will be probably, a wait list will be as much as a year for that 20% discount. We had way more other folks enroll than we did our low and mod. So if you happen to qualify for low to mod, wonderful. You're going to get on the project very quickly. Okay, the last thing is you're going to complete the low to moderate income attestation. Do you qualify or not? Everything is self-attestation. You do it yourself. Yes, I do or don't. You review and you sign. Our website has a widget, pretty much any language you can think of. If you want to go through the enrollment process in a foreign language, you can do that. For a low to mod, everything is right on the website. It'll prompt you, are you below this income? How many people do you have in your home, living in the home? That gentleman had 4 earlier today. He would put 4. They would look and say, is the combined income over $108,000 or below? If he's below, that household qualifies for this. And or if the household has any qualifying programs, that would be LIHEAP, Medicaid, USF, anything like that, you automatically qualify for low income and you'll get your discounts. It'll be higher and more quickly. So the summary here, everyone, is this. This is a state energy assistance program and we're working with the state very closely and approved by the state to do this. We're doing more projects. We're about 72% of the marketplace, more projects in New Jersey and energizing more projects than anyone. Access to everyone, cost savings to everyone, renters, homeowners. 51% of the electricity goes to low to moderate income households, and residents receive these guaranteed discounts for 20 years. No cost to get in, no cost to get out, no hidden fees. Residents cannot be hurt. That's why so many mayors are getting behind this program. And then we're working with community-based organizations and municipal bodies to help get this education out to people. Okay, so here's our quiz. Who's ready for a quiz? Of the 4 people who are left, who's ready for the quiz? Are you ready? Okay. Do I need to own a home to participate in the Community Solar Energy Program, CSEP? Do you need to own a home? The answer is no. There's no panels on your home. You don't need to own a home. Next question. Do I need to install any panels anywhere to be part of this program? No again. What a great group, huh? No again. Number 3, do I need to enroll with a credit card? No, you do not. Some years ago when this began, people had to enroll with a credit card. It was very discouraging. You're paying your bill the exact way you always paid your bill. If you write a check to PSE&G, if you do a credit card, nothing changes. What's the cost to me when I enroll in the Community Solar Program? Nothing. There's no cost. You're just saying to Solar Landscape and to PSE&G. I don't want electricity the old dirty way. I want it the clean way. And because I'm getting it the clean way, I'm getting discounts on my bill, just like those panels were on my home. Number 5, what is the cost to me if I want to cancel, if I move, or I just don't like it and just don't want to be part of it? You can cancel at any time with any penalty. There's no cost whatsoever. And the last question we get asked again all the time, is this third-party energy? It's like third-party energy. It is not. Rates can change in third-party energy. Your discount always remains the same here. So the answer is no. And that's my presentation. If anyone has any questions, you can call this number, which is up on the screen. You can email care@solarlandscape.com, and my team will get back to you very, very quickly. You're not going to any phone bank. That's my team, typically Elizabeth or Katya or Patrice or somebody who's going to get back to you and answer your questions. Yes? Yeah, so there is, right up here, I went through it. When you go online and enroll, it will pop up. So that's where it is, right? You can't see it? I'm sorry. So for one person living in a home by themselves, it would be $75,900. If they're below that number, so our new teachers, et cetera, live in an apartment, they qualify. For 4 people, it would be $108,400. For 8 people, it would be $143,000. Okay? Any other questions? Mayor, I truly appreciate, we all do, your support and the council's support. Deputy Mayor Kane, thank you.
I signed up,
To your team.
and I will let everybody know if my bill goes higher, I'm going to put it right on Facebook. But
Yeah, it's impossible for your bill to go higher, and I will put on Facebook, and I'll comment underneath it. You're right. But that's impossible to happen. Discounts are guaranteed. We have wonderful, wonderful
Just a quick question for the audience.
That wasn't my
You're not putting solar
experience.
panels on the roof.
that was
No.
part of the quiz. Riggs.
Absolutely not. There's no panels on the roof. There's nothing to
You are
install.
not a third party yet.
We are not third party.
It's literally, to dumb it down for anyone who wasn't paying attention fully, it's basically, you guys get grants from the state, we get a cutback from the grants because the more people you get, the more money you make, and then we get a percentage back of that for enrolling in this program, basically.
Yeah, we get, there's state incentives and there's federal incentives for us to build these programs. That's ultimately, then what we do is we're selling the electricity, we're selling the discounts, the grants that allow us to sell.
Yeah.
I just want to be clear, Deputy Mayor Kane just said we get, it's not the city, it's the customer.
Yes, the city
Yeah.
gets no benefits from this whatsoever. The only benefit I get from it is that I did sign up for it, and that 30% off the bill or 20%, whatever it was, that's guaranteed for how many years?
20 years.
20 years. So at the very least, I know that I'm getting 20% minimum off of my bill for 20 years, and then if it goes up on year 20 in one day, I'm canceling it. So it is what it is.
And like he said, and it shows he was listening.
This is different from what I've had.
Kevin was listening, because he brought up, we eliminated the, what was it, $7 or $5 for the parking permits, and people were complaining. You're complaining about that. You have nothing to lose here. It costs you nothing to sign up for. You don't need a credit card. They're not third party. You don't need solar panels. You could be in an apartment, and if you don't like it for whatever reason, you just cancel. There's no charge. It's that easy, so.
And I would just like to add that it's not for me because I got solar panels, but I believe in the solar. And it is something that people should look into. Because of my solar panels, my April and May bills were less than $100. So it works. So if you're not going to, at least the panels, this is something to look
Oh,
into.
yeah.
And what we said, I mean, listen, we did have this conversation with all of us at a working session, and we talked about, I don't even know if I can say this about that, like we were talking about, can we do this through a municipality, but you don't have that
Not right
yet.
now.
But it might be coming soon, like where the,
So the question is, and that it's often asked, well, why can't we use community solar to power buildings?
yeah.
And they do that, for example, they do it in Illinois, where we in Maryland, where currently what
Larger
happens
footprint.
is for a company to work with a nonprofit or a municipality, part of the law, and the credit that we get as the developer is so low versus individuals.
Yeah.
The state is really encouraging us, Deputy Mayor, to make these discounts available to individuals as much as possible.
Yeah, and is that a future that you might do in New Jersey?
Yeah.
Because I mean,
We're hopeful.
yeah.
As we build more and more of
But I thought Patrice said that like, if we wanted to do it on like, let's just say City Hall, because we use that
No,
as an example.
this isn't the panels itself. This is actually like having the, like how we sign up for it, like the City Hall would sign up for it, but it's not accessible in New Jersey yet to municipalities.
Have Wendy's.
I thought she was talking about some kind of, a certain footprint you needed.
Well, our purchase agreement doesn't cost anything.
It wasn't panels. She was talking about something I remember, and I don't know why she brought up footprint, because there's no panels going on the building. And
That was-
we
well-
specifically said City Hall, like say.
But that was different because they lease buildings to put the solar panels on. We said, are there any?
That's
in
what it was,
Garfield,
leasing
but
the
we don't
building,
have-
yes.
we
But
don't
the
have anything
footprint
that
wasn't
big.
large enough.
Yeah.
That's what it was. You're correct. Yeah. And you did say low to moderate income, and the people with the higher incomes, you're going to get it, but there might be a waiting period. Kevin, do you recall, or do you have the number of how many people from our city signed up? The last time I spoke to Patrice, it was like 180 or 200?
Yeah, 200 and 100 qualified for that.
Okay, that's great. Over the, that's everybody, not per customer, because somebody's in, well,
So now, just,
The low income.
you're good.
Okay. Okay.
And where do they find this information, if they're not watching this?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
One of the
Yeah.
setups that we set up, or the other setup that they didn't show up to,
We're
or,
going to go to, joinsolar.com /.
so that.
Yeah, you
for
know
the
what's great
people-
about this too, and God bless.
God bless you.
It's
Hold on,
true,
he didn't
too.
finish the website.
Oh, I'm
It's
sorry. Go ahead.
it's joinsolar.com/portal.
That's it that you find out
It's
from
on
the
TV.
portal. For just to find out more about that, you just go to joinsolar.com. Portal is when you enroll, you get your own portal.
Okay, so just joinsolar.com, that'll,
Wow.
And remember, if you go there and you're from Garfield
raised
and you
mine.
look to enroll, you want to use the Garfield.
And what's great about this, you don't like, and I'm sure Kevin said this, you don't need your own home. You can be in an apartment. And hopefully some of the seniors, I know most of the buildings for our seniors, they don't pay for the electric, but some do, depending on what side of the building you're on. I'm getting nothing for this, nothing.
well, that's what I wanted to
You gotta be-
reiterate real quick. What is the city kickback from this?
Yeah, that's funny.
Absolutely nothing. We just want to help the people, if you can, save money. That's
Yeah.
all we want. The city's not getting
wonderful
anything.
Thank you, Deb. The wonderful thing about every city that we've worked with and even the smaller towns is they've all said the same things. It's the most difficult thing why doesn't everybody do this? It's like a easy thing that everyone should be doing. And the reason is education. So they have all said collectively, let us help you educate.
After
Yeah,
you
we'll
sign
send a
up,
letter.
is there a time
Yeah,
that you have to
just
sign
want to send a letter and tell people where to find
Kev,
it.
let's be honest too, because we spoke about this when Patrice was here and when she did a little bit of a presentation at the rec center. People have been burnt by the third-party people. I was one of them. Matter of fact, I was a police officer here for 30 years. Some of the guys were selling this to make extra money, and it was a mess.
And by the way, so a lot of the third-party energy that happens, some of those companies have flushed their way out, and we're not involved in that at all. I will say this, if third-party energy becomes viable, and here's the cool thing about community solar. Our discount, our 31% or our 20% are off the lowest charge that people would offer you.
30% of the electric.
So if you had third-party energy,
Electric, yeah, not the gas,
viable,
the electric charge.
I should sign up that house because I'm paying a lot of money.
on top of that, would actually
How do you
have
sign
both
up?
if it ever becomes viable again. But I agree with you, Mayor. People got burned by it. It's one of the most difficult things we deal with. Of the fact that this is a
they
state
don't have to do
program.
anything at the
Third-party
house.
energy was not. A lot of
Yeah.
cowboys.
All you need is the electric.
Completely different.
And I was one of them. I really, you know,
But
it
we
took
all-
me a year plus to get rid of it.
So just to be clear, you can stop out anytime. If you're a renter using it, if you move, you automatically.
Just like when you cancel your PSE&G bill. No, it can though. So if you're moving your PSE&G and you're moving to another PSE, you want to keep that. You would
get it
want to
from my
notify
rental
Soul Landscape,
property.
hey,
I
I'm
pay
moving,
that
I'm moving
bill.
to this new address. I want to keep my program, we would allow you to do that.
If it's 30%
But
cheaper.
for
31
people
for
who
lower.
want to focus on the Garfield website, it's jointsolar.com/Garfield.
And I just want to throw, and this will be the last thing, 'cause I know everyone wants to go home and stop watching us anyway.
The electric public.
We've all fell into that trap of ambient energy and go green and all this other stuff that the third-party solars, and listen, we've all got screwed, and we went very clear, and we vetted, not only you, the other lady who came, we asked a million questions. We all got screwed from other programs in the past. We believe that this is a good one, so we're putting it out there to you. So when everyone's like, oh, I had that in the past, I don't know, don't do it, don't do it. They haven't, because it's just being introduced now with us. So they never had this in the past. It's just coming to Garfield now, and it's in other municipalities and other states. And hopefully, you know, we're one of the first ones to do this. And you know, in 5 years, when everyone's doing it, you're gonna be like, oh, I should have did this 5 years ago. But
Kevin, quick question for our deputy mayor sitting right to the right of me. She owns a home. She pays for the electric, but she has tenants in there. How would she
rented.
go about that? It's rented, though. How would she go
But
about
I
that?
pay the bill.
You pay the bill. Then, do you charge them for the electric?
No?
Okay, whatever that total bill is, that's what we're going to look at, 12 months. And then we're going to dedicate X amount of panels to your home that we know of, and then you're going to every bit of
And they won't lose, you don't lose you don't get less power.
Oh, gosh.
No.
No, you're still,
Let's see.
that's a great question, too. So let's say, for example, it's a real cloudy day. It's a really, really interesting thing. During summer months, when you roll and you are getting energized now, you're making way more electricity than you use. The real cool thing is that it banks.
Stay, oh, okay.
pick up that microphone, so in
I'm
case
sorry, the
people
real
out
cool
there
thing
can't
is
hear.
that it banks it. So if, for example, you used 1,000 kilowatts of electricity in that month, which is a fair amount, right? You have air conditioning on, but there's so much sun, we made 1,600 for you. We're going to allocate 1,000, offset 100% of your bill, and that other 600 on the PSE&G bill goes right up top to a bank. So now come November, when we're not making enough electricity for you, we grab that 600 to always try to offset as much of your bill as you can. So you bank it during the summer months, which is wonderful.
I'm gonna do that then.
And
for
it's,
this,
and
my rent.
when, because that probably just confused a lot of people. So you're guaranteed at least the 20%, but it can be a little bit more.
It can be more.
But it's never going to be less than the 20%.
No.
You're guaranteed at least a 20% discount. You might have a little more, but in the winter months, you might get just down to the 20%, whereas in the summer, you might have like a 30% because you have so much sun or something like that, give or take, but never less than 20% discount.
Is that true, though?
So, no, the
That's not
20%
true.
is, it's always 20%. So
Yeah.
if you enroll a deputy mayor and your discount is 20%, whatever your amount of electricity we make for you, you always get 20% off there. We're going to try to offset 100% of your bill
Yeah.
at a 20% discount. When I say at least 20, what I mean is some of the projects that Garfield residents enroll in, when they energize, it might be 31%.
Because they're low income.
But it might be 31% for everybody. Not every project has the same discount.
No, so
The
what I'm
lowest
getting, what I was trying to say is whatever your discount is, it's never going to be lower than that, even if it don't produce enough sun during the certain months. It's always going to be, if I get 20% discount, I'm getting 20% flat. I'm not going to get like a 5% discount.
No, 20% whatever.
There you go.
And that's fair to say, if you're qualified for a 31% discount, and in the summer months, you're getting 31%, come October, November, December, obviously, let's say the sun is a lot less, you're still going to get 31%?
You'll get 31%, but you might be making less.
Yeah, less, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Try to offset.
How many times does someone's bank deplete to where they don't have credit? Does that happen?
Yeah, you're sure. So you're going to build it up in the summer, and you're going to pull it down in the winter.
Yeah.
And boy, this summer was a good time to bank it because there wasn't much rain.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know if you answered my question, or I don't know if you understood my question. I don't know if I explained it clearly. Say during the summer months, or whatever, I banked, say, 5,000 kilowatt hours. The non-sunny days or months, I use, let's just say 5 of them, and 3 of them I use the 5,000 kilowatts. What happens then? And what?
Okay, so in the 3 months, you used up the extra?
Yeah. What?
And now I'm only offsetting half of your bill for the next 2 months. So if there's nothing in the bank,
Yeah.
whatever amount of electricity we make for you, that might offset. But during the course of the year,
Okay.
Mayor, our goal is to
And this is electric only?
Electric.
Electric only, because people, you know. Yeah. All right, Kevin, thank you so much for your presentation. In Garfield, you have nothing to lose. We were getting complaints about a $5 parking pass. You're going to save 20 to 31% on your electric bill. No brainer. Costs nothing to sign up and nothing to cancel if you want to cancel for whatever reason. Thank you, Kevin.
Mayor, at this time, we could proceed with the public hearing.
Okay, at this time, I'm going to open up this, our meeting to any public comments that anyone may have. If you have any public comments or concerns, step up to the mic, state your name, your address, and what your problem is or concern. Anyone? No?
Not all at
Wow, a
once.
couple of shy people over there. Okay, being that no one from the public wants to come up and have, speak about anything, I'm going to close that portion of the meeting down, and I'm now going to turn it over to our council for any comments. Councilman Riggs.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I want to congratulate my middle school students for graduating yesterday, and I want to congratulate our high school students who are graduating tomorrow. You know, it's an honor to be part of these graduations, but more importantly, in the city of Garfield, it's on to see our students move on to bigger and better things, and we wish them the best of luck. As parents or family members, if you're going out, go out to the city of Garfield or local and support your small businesses as you're celebrating your kids' graduation. We got a couple of things going on this week. I'm sure the mayor will talk about it. There's something going on Wednesday, and as well Saturday or Sunday. Sunday, there's a street fair. Or
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, flea market.
So there's a few things Deputy Mayor, I'm sure will touch base about. That's what the city guard is about, is putting out product, getting the community involved and supporting each other. So continue to support your local businesses and your restaurants. Thank you.
For a week. Thank you. Councilman Delaney, I'm sorry.
Delaney, it's okay.
I didn't see you.
I agree with Councilman Riggs. It is a time of year for graduations, and it's a big step for the students. So I congratulate all high school, middle school, preschool, whoever celebrated a graduation of any sort. Congratulations. And with that, I'd just like to give a shout out to a friend of mine, Damon, who's watching us live on TV, who's interested in the city of Garfield, and that's a really good thing. Thanks.
Tell them to move.
Who's on first?
Deputy Mayor Kane. Are you done, Councilman Delaney?
I guess I am now. Once
No,
you take the
Councilman
mic.
Delaney.
Take the mic
No,
from me
no,
again.
I
No, I'm
apologize.
done.
Deputy Mayor
Three
Kane.
times, right? I do want to say that the middle school graduation was absolutely beautiful. So great job.
You son of a...
Well, he said it too. What do you want to do? Switch seats with me. The high school graduation is tomorrow, but I do want to say that there's also a kickoff to the summer tomorrow, a free concert in Columbus Park. We have a 80s tribute band playing. If you are going to the graduation, awesome. Come to the park afterwards. You're not going to miss the band. They're just going to be starting about the time that you get out of the graduation. This Saturday, we have a flea market in 20th Century Field. We're going to be trying out those monthly flea markets, seeing if there's interest with the community, seeing if it works out. If not, we'll scrap it. But we decide, everyone's always asking, are there flea markets around and all this stuff. So we're going to give it a shot. July 4th, next Saturday, the following Saturday, we have the 4th of July barbecue. Bunch of awesome stuff. We're going to have water slides for the kids. We're going to have a dunk tank that Deputy Mayor Tanner Raymond said she's getting in this
Oh,
year.
yeah, okay.
We're gonna have DJ, we're gonna have vendors, we're gonna have some food trucks, so swing by. It's from 11 to 4. The concert tomorrow starts at 7. The flea market starts at 9 a.m. Sunday. I also want to say, and yes, we do monitor Facebook when we can. We saw the post going around about the concert at the Westlaw Club this weekend that everyone's posting the flyers about. It has been canceled, and you can go on their website and you could check out their statement. That's why we tell people, calm down, let things play out, let them do their thing. It was a very big misunderstanding. They didn't understand what was going on, and you could read it all in their statement. So that's all said and done, and hope everybody has a wonderful weekend and safe 4th of July. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Any other holidays coming up?
No.
Have a good night.
All right, Deputy Mayor Advisor Tanner Raymond.
Yes, first I'd like to say, Danielle, congratulations. You are going to be an outstanding addition to that board. Rich, I'm sorry I had to miss your graduation last night, but my grandson had an awards night. He's graduating this year. I can't go tomorrow night either because he's graduating tomorrow night. It's a busy time of the year. And for our family, it's an exciting time of the year because it's his prom and, now he gets ready to go to college. So it's kind of fun. Kevin, when are we going to have a doo-wop concert up there? I mean, I know you told me 80s is oldies, but it's really not oldies for me.
So we're trying. We're going to see because they've had.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, we're trying to see where the general demographic is because we've had oldies, we've had doo-wops, and not many people are turning out to them. So these concerts do cost a very large amount of money. So we want to see where the people are coming out there for.
Lodi always.
Correct?
But the doo-wops were in the 1980s. Doo-wops were in
The
the
50s.
Yeah, 60s, 60s.
80s.
Well, that's because he told me that this concert was oldies. I said 80s, that's not oldies.
Well, for me, it's oldies.
But Lodi has the doo-wop.
They had one the
always-
other day,
They do wonderful
right?
there.
Yeah, they had one. It was Wednesday.
But that was like kind of referring to.
Yeah.
It's only 2 minutes across the bridge. We could all jump over. We could share audience. They could come here. We could go there. It'd be
Well,
a
I'd
friendly
rather
experience.
we have our own. And will we be able, what's with the barbecue? They're gonna be barbecuing hot dogs, or they're gonna be selling them out of the trucks?
There are going
or-
to be food trucks there, so they can come. They could bring their own food if they want. They could have their own barbecue on the lawn.
Will Pias be there again?
PS will not be there this year, unfortunately, because there's so many events going on, but they will be here for the next bunch of events after that.
Okay. Other than that, well, Mayor Gunter, we had a nice little yelling match back and forth, but I still love you.
Hey, we could agree to disagree. It gets ugly sometimes, but
Right, but
it's
that's okay.
it's all right.
Other than that, thanks for coming out, and we'll see you next meeting. We have one meeting in July?
The next public meeting here at City Hall is July 21st. It will be the regular meeting first at 5.
And then our work
Followed
session.
by the work session at the conclusion.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Are you done? Okay, Mr. Deputy Mayor. First and foremost, I'd like to congratulate Councilman Principal of the Middle School, Richie Riggolosi, for an outstanding graduation that you put together, you and your staff. It was entertaining, emotional. It had everything. I had to leave a little early just when they started handing out the diplomas, but from when I entered at 10 to 6 until I left, it was amazing. You did a wonderful job. So,
On behalf of my staff,
Yeah.
we appreciate you guys coming.
Well, your teachers really all thought that band was legit.
so did Kevin.
I thought they were great. I'm like, no, look a little rough.
And Rich, that young lady that sang, she's outstanding. Is she a seventh grader?
Wow.
Wow, she's got some talent. She's got a beautiful voice. All right, before I forget, I just want to wish everyone a happy, safe 4th of July. Just stay safe out there. Watch your kids with the fireworks, especially. I want to congratulate Danielle for her permanent position on the board. So well deserved, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Kevin gave you accolades of your intelligence and how you're learning quickly. You're amazing. You're an amazing young lady.
Second smartest in Garfield.
Who's the first? Let me guess. Kane?
I wasn't going to say it, but.
I know you enough, okay? I also want to congratulate the Kopass family, Joey specifically for getting the award tonight, and John Geyer for getting his proclamation for the planting of trees in our community. So well deserved on both of their parts. I want to touch base too on Deputy Mayor Kane brought it up as far as that event that was supposed to go Saturday and Sunday at the Visla, as he stated, is canceled. I want to thank our city manager. I want to thank our police chief and his men that went there. I also want to thank the owners of the Visla for realizing that, we may have not vetted this event good enough. And thank you for considering what you did consider, canceling this event. And I mean that. Again, one of our biggest pet peeves, and I know everybody's can say this, is quality of life for our residents. We don't need that garbage in our city. We don't. So I just want to say thank you, and that'll be it. I just want to say again, forth and stay safe, everybody.
Okay, Mayor, thank you. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night.
Be good.